Jesus Christ. And what's crazy is that's not the craziest story that John's friend group had in travel. Right?
Yeah,
that is the second place story when it comes to crazy travel story for the weekend.
second place by a long
Another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's KFC and my esteemed pink colleague, who will heretofore be known as Johnny Helicopters. Johnny Chopper spending a little bit of dough on himself, treating himself to the chopper.
It's my birthday.
You got it.
My birthday. I made.
Yeah, we didn't really do a birthday episode leading up to your birthday. So this is your birthday episode of KFC Radio.
I got a little present for myself.
Yeah.
I avoided 5 hours of traffic.
Yeah,
it was. I have no regrets about this flight.
That might be one of the more expensive but worth it things. There's certain things in the world that are worth spending money on. You know. And usually it's small things. It's like I think wash and fold laundry is the best deal on the planet Earth. You can find places that are like 70 cents a pound. My rule is if you find 70 cents a pound for literally anything, that's a good deal. You know? And then some of them go to like $1.10 a pound. I'm like, you could tell me it was $5 a pound. And I would be like, all right, $100 for a $20 bag? Sure, because it's fucking worth it. But it's usually all smaller expenses. This, if you can afford it,
well, here's
the
what
chopper
happened.
on the weekends, the way to go, baby.
So I've been to Montauk once before, and it was probably the worst drive of my entire life.
And that's
I made it. I said I'll never do it again.
Montauk is the stupidest place that has ever gotten popularity. It's like in the middle of the Atlantic. The fucking island goes so far out into the water. It's like when you think you're at the end, then there's the fork, and then there's the this, and then there's the that, and then there's Montauk. I mean, there's that sign that literally says like it's the end of the world. It's because it is. Because the people back in the day, the fucking Indians, the Native Americans, were walking out there like, this has to be the end of the world. Because we've gone so fucking far out this way.
At one point, someone on the weekend said the closest thing to us right now is Bermuda. And I to this day, I don't know if they're kidding. I believed it.
Well, the closest thing to Montauk might be fucking England, for all I know. Bermuda. Closest thing might be Africa. I mean, you're so far, and it gets down to like the two-lane highway.
It was. Dude,
it's insane.
So I took the chopper. The times that kind of worked for me were like I didn't even take the chopper all the way to Montauk. I took it to East Hampton.
Okay.
Or Southampton.
Well, that's crazy.
I forget.
Why don't you just keep going?
It was like that's the final destination for that.
Okay.
Chopper. Like, I wasn't like getting off and they're like, "All right, see you later."
Got it.
That was just the final destination for those flights.
You rappel down on a rope ladder and then keep on going.
And then so from there, it still took me 30 minutes to get to Montauk. It was. I promised myself never again, and it ends up being.
Well, you know what the problem is? Montauk is kind of now the only fun. I shouldn't say that because
So I was in so Sunday morning I was in Amagansett. I went and I checked out the Noah store, Noah Hideout, and nothing in Amagansett on Sunday. No bars, no nothing. Open before noon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I was sitting in the park on a bench like an asshole. just like...
I thought you were about to say, like an addict.
No, I was just sitting there, and this was infuriating, because I was like, why can't I just get... The liquor store wasn't open. I was like, it'd be better if I had a beer. I'd rather just be sitting in a bar or something like that. People were just drinking coffees, being happy, playing with their kids, being happy, playing with dogs, being happy.
The nerve!
One guy was fucking writing in his journal, and I just sat on a bench like this for 3 hours. 3 hours, Kevin.
Bro. Yeah. Why not do something else?
There wasn't anything else to do.
Nothing to do.
My brother had to leave.
I would go home, go to sleep or something.
No place to go. I'd already moved out of the hotel.
Oh my god!
And then my brother.
So you just sat there like Forrest fucking Gump, just sitting on a bench.
I just sat there.
Until there was a bar.
Until my flight. No bars ever opened. Then I just went to the airport. And then I went to the airport a little early because guess what? I figured they'd have a bar there. No bar there either. It was nuts. I ate chips and had a Coca-Cola like a fucking 6-year-old.
Like a child. Like a goddamn child.
First, I sat in a fucking park alone for like a whole...
You sat in a park like an old man, and then you ate like a child.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they don't even, it's just fucking cans of Coca-Cola and bags of fucking Doritos. Sure, I guess that's
That
it.
doesn't sound terrible.
I mean, I don't drink soda.
Yeah.
But
that's... Places like that, you can't buy this you can't get alcohol on Sundays, or you can't go here before noon. Like, how about you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
You just run your city like a fucking regular, like, free market. If people want to buy it at this hour, they can fucking buy it.
I figured bars just open at 10 a.m. everywhere. This is what time people...
Well, I don't know about that.
10 a.m. is a pretty standard time for a bar, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Very normal time.
I think this is a super normal time for a bar to open.
I worked at a lot of sports bars.
I don't know. 10?
10? I think so, yeah.
I feel like 10 is
like a
when
beach
you
town,
get there.
party town.
Well, I think it also depends on if is it, are we talking about like a restaurant or a bar?
A bar.
Because I feel like you're not getting anything before 11.
Well, I mean, all bars I go to have food, so I guess it depends on how you define it then. But they're mainly bars. They just have kitchens as well.
Right, but it's like breakfast spots are going to be open to serve breakfast in the morning. But if you're just talking about a straight bar, I feel like
dude,
anything.
Can you imagine waking up hungover on a fucking Hamptons vacation, and you're telling me I can't even get a Bloody Mary here?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, the Hamptons is crazy, man. I don't know about it anymore, and maybe it's changed, but Hampton Bays and West Hampton are like the very first Hamptons. And that's where Hampton Bays has the Bordy Barn, and West Hampton had the Drift and Neptunes and like these like fucking fun bars, and it's like 2.5 hours closer than Montauk is. And you still get beautiful mansions and the same goddamn Atlantic Ocean and the same fucking sand. It's just 2.5 hours closer. And so I used to love, it was long enough, I would get 4 tall boys, I think the 24 ounces. I would get a plastic bag, and I'd fill it up with ice, and we would get on the train. And it was a perfect amount of time. It was long enough that you could have like fun on the train, drink 4 tall boys, get off the train sufficiently drunk with a bag of melted ice, and you hit the ground running. And it's Friday night, we're ready to rock. And in Montauk, it's like you got to do another like whole other train trip to get there, or you drive and you deal with the traffic, but then everything in West Hampton closed down. The Bordy Barn still exists, but all the other bars closed down, and I think it just kind of kept getting pushed further and further east, where you like then there was the Talk House, and then like
so Talk House is in Amagansett.
Yes.
That doesn't open until 4 p.m.
Yeah, that's not
the Main Street Tavern or whatever it was called. That one was going to open at noon. 4 p.m. for Stevie's Talk House.
I mean, it's not the best. Fun place. It's like, well, in Montauk used to be like fishermen and surfers, you know what I mean? And then it became the party spot. And I know like the locals want to keep the people out, and like the sloppy tuna guys were like fighting against the board to like stay open. And it's like, what? Why did we decide to do this at like the most inconvenient spot in the whole goddamn fucking world, to the point that I will take a goddamn helicopter there because I have to.
Bro, I mean, I left at 2:30. I was on the beach at 3:45.
Worth it.
Like that's a fucking
worth
that's
it.
an absolute no-brainer. Although I did show up to I showed up to the like 15 minutes early, because I've taken a blade before with Dave and stuff like that. I knew like I was like I knew you just show up, like it's not the whole fucking thing. And so I sit down, have a whiskey, real weak pour for being honest here, and then I got another one where they were like, well, like.
Wait, where is this? Like at the
Just like the
lounge
trailer,
kind of?
the
Yeah,
lounge.
like a blade.
Yeah, and they were like, wow, like you can't take it on the flight. And I was like, oh no, that's not what I asked.
I said another one. I didn't say I'm taking it anywhere. It'll be gone. Yeah. I'm taking it with me in my blood system, in my belly.
Don't worry. And then they were like, well, you haven't chugged it. And I was like, yeah. Nah, I get it.
Did I stutter? Pour the fucking whiskey.
Rosebud's on this episode. We go on to talk about it a lot more. Not really a lot more, but I tell the story of the flight and basically me wanting to crash it. But the craziest thing that happened with all this, and to this day, I can't be the one who's wrong about this, is that once you land on a Blade flight, Blade sends you an email, and they ask you to tip the pilot. That's insanity. Like, what are you talking about? I paid $1,000 for this flight. You tip him. You fucking just pay the guy. Like, what are we doing? Are we tipping pilots now on fucking helicopter rides?
But you know what?
Motherfuckers shaking a can, asking for a couple bucks, flying a bunch of dickheads who probably, as a group, paid $7,000 for their 40-minute trip, and you're fucking asking me for extra money? What?
Although maybe this is the sign. Maybe the rich and bougie people are tipping their pilots, John.
I mean,
and maybe you're not a helicopter guy if you don't tip your pilot.
dude, I mean, like, I gotta tip the guy, but I'm gonna be
Very upset about it.
Yeah. Like, it was like $20. Like the offers they gave it was like $20, $50, $100. And I was like, that's it.
That's even worse.
That's even stupider.
I thought it was gonna be like, you know, you got to throw them like $250 or something. Like what we're doing here is a super bougie thing, and you gotta fall in line and like give him a bunch of cash too. $20 is almost like
I mean, let me double check to make sure I'm right on this,
disrespectful. That's like I'd rather get tipped no money than $20 on your. Imagine tipping $20 for anything else on a $1,000 bill.
Dude, I'm a pilot. Like what you giving me fucking 2 10s? Get the fuck out of here.
That's nuts. I think when I did it, I want to say that the pilot was like a fucking ex-military guy, because I think that's what they do is, you know, you get home, you're like, I'm one of the few people who knows how to fucking fly a helicopter, so I'll just drive these assholes around. But I didn't even think to tip the guy. Granted, I was a young dumb asshole at the time, but I didn't even consider that I should have tipped him.
Oh wait, I honestly I think I got so mad about this email I deleted.
I'm deleting it.
I can't.
There are a few things in this world that feel as cool as getting on a helicopter.
Yeah.
Getting on and off a helicopter. Like, I remember when we did it I did it in 2010, I want to say. Yeah. Barstool, New York was 2009. Mm-hmm. Within like a year, I got hooked up with a helicopter ride to the Montauk for the sloppy tuna, and I was like, yo, I made it, bro. Like, we're year 1 and I'm doing chopper rides. Like, it's gonna be gravy from here on out. I haven't been on a helicopter since. I mean that dude, what a scumbag he was, but he fucking rolled out the red carpet. I would imagine this helicopter was also like a nice helicopter. I don't have anything to compare it on because, once again, I've never been on another one. But it fit like 8 of us, I think, and had like leather seats and like a fold-up cooler that was like stocked. And I mean, we were filming with that shitty, remember that like Zoom camera that came out around that era? It looked like it was like a little vertical, little like Sony camera. It was, I don't know how to describe it.
Yes.
But that was like that's what I used to try to like get footage on, and we.
This thing?
It's no. It looked almost like if you could take just this part of the iPhone.
Yeah.
It was like skinnier, and it just had a little like lens like that, and you just kind of walked around like this. I think it was a Sony product. I don't know. And that's what I used to try to like, you know, when I would like try to get original content for Barstool New York. And we made like we put like Good Life by Kanye on it, and like, you know, had footage of sloppy tuna, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, the bar was cool. We got to the bar, he gave us one of every single thing on, literally every single thing on the menu, which was a little overkill. It was like 6 or 8 people, and I was like, I can't eat all this. Like, I'm done after the first round. And then, you know, we just had a blast at the bar and then flew back. But I was like, but the helicopter is almost like, I was like, let's just keep circling.
Yeah,
let's just like keep.
It's like when you get a party bus. Like, I don't want to
It's like leaving the tailgate to go to the football game. I'd rather just stay on the fucking chopper.
Dude,
it is a cool feeling.
The thing that sucks about taking like a blade though is that you don't want to be the guy taking pictures.
Well, that's
because you want to like I fucking do this every weekend. We want to get a picture for it.
I thought that. I guess when I took the private jet to Milwaukee, that's the only other time I've ever done like a private plane or helicopter thing. It was amongst friends, but that was like, I think that was almost, it was me, Marty, Casey, Dana, Jack McCarthy. That was it from Barstool. It was almost like a little unspoken, like an agreement upon all of us. Like, we all are geeking out and think this is cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is the cool seat. You sit there and take some pictures, then I'll take some pictures for you. And that was like agreed upon. But I was definitely thinking like, should I be playing it? Like, yeah, man, whatever. But you were with strangers.
Yeah.
So then,
I was with strangers who it was clearly not their first helicopter.
Right.
I was the one who looked like an asshole. Everyone else looked exactly what you think someone on a helicopter to the Hamptons looks like.
Yes.
And I was like, I like snuck like one single picture. It was like,
I'm on a helicopter. But that's something to me. Like, I mean, yeah, when you're a guy like Dave and you're on nothing but private planes for a long time, always, you probably just get used to it. But I don't know. There are certain things in this life that I don't think, like, every time I drive through a car wash, I kind of get a little. I like it. It's cool. Like, this is kind of cool. We're inside the fucking car wash. Every time I go to a hotel, I open up the door. I see like a cool little like, it's like a nice suite. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. You know, let me put the fucking robe on. There are certain things that just the allure doesn't wear off, and I think private flying of any kind, you got to be really fucking big time for that to just get totally like,
well, this is what I
whatever.
do.
Yeah, I mean,
I also though, but I intentionally too, because I think people see it in movies, so they instinctively do it, and everyone like ducks.
Did you duck?
I know. I got bigger.
Yeah, like
I was like, I'll buy
your head is
fucking,
not gonna hit the fucking chopper.
If there
blades.
were 2 of me, I wouldn't hit one of these blades. Why are you all ducking?
Everybody automatically. It's so funny that they do that. But that's the tip is. So what'd you end up tipping?
I didn't tip.
You didn't do it?
Yeah. No, and I deleted the email, so it's not gonna happen.
Not happening. Sorry, Blade. That's the thing about Uber, man. You know, the reason we all loved Uber in the beginning, at least, was you don't have to tip.
Yeah.
It's just built in or not built in. We didn't know, but we didn't have to do it. We just didn't fucking do it. There was also, when Uber started, there was, you didn't have to tip, and there were like, only certain like drivers and certain cars, and it was all above board where everyone behaved very appropriately. And I think that has gone completely to hell.
Yes.
And no greater example than what happened to your boy this weekend. We got to talk about this Uber driver. It's brought to you by 3Chi. Uber used to be a place where it was like, you drive, I ride, 5 stars, you're clean, I'm nice. It's all this like, we're living in the future, man. It's on-demand travel. You don't have to hail a cab. We're not doing any, like, it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have bad suspension. It's comfortable, all that shit. And now it's a goddamn free-for-all.
Bro, now you get an Uber XL now.
And I'm not even just saying, we say Uber like I say Band-Aid. It's on-demand car, whether it's Lyft, Uber, whatever. It's all a shit show.
But you get one now. You get an XL. And it used to be they show up in a Suburban with waters and chargers at the ready.
Mints and candies and chargers, all that shit.
Now they roll up in a fucking RAV4 and they tell someone to lay down in the back.
Yup.
No, there's 6 of us. That's why I got an XL. It's like, yeah, no, I got 4 seats. Just you 2 just cram in the back. Like, what are we doing?
Put the baby on the roof. You can hop in the front. Like, come on, man.
But the reason we're discussing Uber is over the weekend I had a buddy who posted on his Instagram thing, story, this text.
Instagram thing.
This text that he got from his roommate that said, yo, I'm not sure who's home, but random heads up that 99% of you won't even see.
Sorry, I'm a fucking tornado over here.
But random heads up that 99% of you won't even see. We took a car home and we'll be back at 3 a.m. Our driver is going to sleep in my bed because he lives in Albany, and I'm going to sleep on the couch. He'll be out first thing in the morning. I just don't want you to be freaked out if you wake up and see a stranger in the apartment. What are we doing leaving fucking Uber drivers in your bed?
Let's rank the craziness of this whole thing, okay? Okay?
I fucking was dying when I saw this text.
I think third on the list is just doing this in general. The third craziest thing is that he's just having his Uber driver stay the night, right?
Yeah.
I'll say maybe the second craziest thing I think is even just like the way the heads up. Like 99% of you aren't gonna see this. Like just trying to gloss over it, and then giving the bed.
Yeah, like,
so I mean, what is that? But that is by far the craziest thing. Yeah, that it is a good host. Like that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you take my bed. I'll I'm the host. I'll sleep on the couch or something like that.
I'll do that to
not
friends.
When it's a stranger, a strange man who's driving the Uber. This is one of the most socially awkward. I mean, it's like that. It could be dangerous, but it's like probably not. You know, it's just like it's not like it's dangerous. It's just fucking.
But no, it is definitively dangerous. Like it's not some extreme high level of danger. It's not jumping out of a fucking helicopter without a parachute. Right. But it is like you're allowing a stranger who you've never met before into your home for the night.
But isn't it kind of similar to like what we do with Uber? It's like you're just gonna get in the car with this fucking crazy person.
Yeah, that's like
make him lock the doors and drive you to your fucking death.
That like at the Uber, the original pitch that they made at like a board meeting to like the VCs, they were like, so what's this thing? And it's like, oh, so like it's you kind of just hire strangers and then other strangers will give them their credit card information and then they just hope they don't get raped. And then everyone was like, all right, it sounds like
$1 billion idea.
Pretty sold. Pretty solid.
Gary Vee passed on it, and he said, he was like, "This is crazy.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do this." Although it's all crazy. It's as crazy as a taxi driver. It says, and anytime you interact with strangers like that, Airbnbs, all that shit. It's like you might get an Airbnb, and that's just that you're walking into your slaughter.
Right.
They just in the middle of the night.
Well,
I
think Airbnb is the worst one. I think if you Airbnb, you are a buffoon. You're nuts.
I think if there's if you're doing like a long-term thing, I don't know. I can understand that. Like if I got a house for the summer or something like that, I get that. But if you're just on a quick trip and the choice is like hotel or Airbnb,
there's
bananas.
No reason to take an Airbnb
or like
to have an Airbnb.
Huge groups. Like I'm going away for a wedding, and it's
don't care. Nope, we're staying in a hotel.
I'm with you on that.
It's like,
but I don't think it's as weird.
It's not like weird. It's just like it doesn't like. Why would I want to sleep in someone else's
when
bed?
it's all
like,
decorated for their shit?
I want to
That's
see
what
their
bothers
pictures
me.
and stuff like that. If it's an investment property and it's like it is basically an empty home, a furnished home, but like it's not a lived-in home,
right?
That maybe I can get down with, but I have no interest in fucking using your goddamn towels.
Living amongst your shit.
No.
And why do you want me and a bunch of other strangers to do it as well? You're going to come back home to that?
It's fucking
wacky.
Nuts. But not quite as wacky as letting
an
the Uber driver
sleep in your fucking bed for the night.
Like now you got another chore. Now you got to fucking do laundry day when you wake up.
I'm assuming these are all guys, right?
Yes.
So that, if there was any girls in the house or anything like that, it'd be fucking insane. Ultimately, you probably do have more. Like this guy's like, I'm not gonna do anything. This guy's my Uber information. He knows my car, my fucking my license plate. Like if Uber guys ever do anything to you, they're probably like the easiest in the world to catch. You know what I mean?
That Uber dude was actually talk about it. He was in more danger the whole time.
Honestly, yes, he probably goes home and his Uber driver friend's like, "You slept at the house of the passenger? Are you fucking nuts?" But I can't recall ever. At least in a blue moon, like a more socially unacceptable move than that.
But also like
I mean, what compares? Can you think of anything that even compares? Like, have you ever had a friend do anything that's even remotely this ridiculous? I let the Uber driver sleep in my bed. What?
Not that I can think of.
John, what?
But did the Uber driver ask? Because guess what?
He's crazy for asking.
If I take an Uber home today and the Uber driver says, "Can I come and take a nap real quick?"
you would be like, yeah, sure. Would be like, you can live here as long as you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? I'll get a hotel. You take your time.
I'll pay the rent. You sleep there. No big deal. I mean, I can't think of anything that even compares.
Just like a long haul Uber driver, because again, I think it seemed like they were coming from upstate. So a long haul Uber driver, just time for a fucking. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, what is he, like a pilot who like the pilots have to sleep?
I was gonna say, if an Uber driver said to you like, "Bro, I gotta be honest, I fell asleep a couple times at the wheel there. We're lucky we even like made it.
Oh, I did that with an Uber driver recently. And actually, I came.
You almost died. He was
I had to wake him up. And what's so fucking funny is that I almost let us die a couple. I was like, I don't want to be rude. Like, what if he's not like? What if I'm like not seeing what I'm thinking?
You're processing all this while you're moving.
Yeah. Oh, we're driving. We're on the highway, and
what are you like drifting and shit?
And I'm just watching him like
no
do that. And I was like, boy, I'm going to have to say something at some point, I think. Right? And we were...
I'm probably going to have to speak up on this one.
This is we were going from Asbury Park just to the ferry to come home. So it was probably like a Sunday at night or something like that, Sunday afternoon. And I hit my girlfriend. I was like, is what's happening? Is what I think is happening, is that happening? And she goes, oh, yeah. And we were both like... I was like, all right, man, I guess I got to be the man here.
Yeah, it's not so annoying that falls on our shoulders. You got to save the lives.
And I just went, we all good up there, bud? And he kind of popped up and was like, all set. And we were so close to that. Like, I let us almost die for 12 minutes. It was a 20-minute ride.
Like, did he almost hit the guardrail? And like,
it was good. It was guardrail. It was, dude, we were at one point, we were just on the, so you're on the highway for a very brief period of time when you're going from
on one exit off the next.
Yeah. And so it was like mostly like beach drives, which are worse.
I was just saying people and houses,
and then
yards,
like if you drift in the highway, you're just drifting into a guardrail.
Yeah,
you're drifting into oncoming traffic. Yeah. I was like, bro, why don't you get us on the highway? Get these RPMs up.
Have you ever fallen asleep while driving?
Definitely.
I mean, I will tell you right now, I am calling my shot. I will 100% die falling asleep at the wheel.
It's not a regular practice of mine, but it's for sure happens.
I find getting in the car and driving to be like the most soothing, relaxing, like the droning of it and the moving. I am like right to fucking sleep. I mean, I fall asleep 3 to 4 times every time I drive a car.
What?
No, but if the circumstances are right, if I'm tired to begin with and I'm doing a long drive and I'm alone or whatever, I mean, a couple times I'll like, that could have been like 2 seconds or 2 minutes. How long has that been?
That's what I remember. No, highway hypnosis is when you just forget.
I don't know. I would imagine highway hypnosis is similar.
I think it's you just like forget the ride.
Yeah, that's when you space out and start like speeding and you don't realize.
Yeah,
it. All that. All that happens. I'm like, well, I'm doing $110. Whoa. But that'll be the end. I remember one time I was with my buddy. We would get like lunch period, and when you had cars, you could go like off campus, if you will, in high school, and we would always like try to race to this Chinese buffet and try to eat in time. And so he was like driving, aggressively to get there in time, and he, we started to drift like into oncoming traffic, and he pulled it back over, and I was like, bro, like what was that? And he was like, dude, the crazy thing is like, I think that was a good like 3 or 4 minutes. It's like, what the fuck, man? He was like, yeah, I almost killed everybody here. Yeah, but no, that'll be like, that's happening to me now when I'm like an 80-year-old man. For sure, they should cut off the driving.
Oh yeah.
At what age?
Boy.
Because like ordinarily I would say like when my parents are in the car now, it's not great. Like, and they know it. They're like, if I need them to do something. Like I left Keegan's stuffed animal at my parents' house like one night, and it was kind of like, I'll come back and pick it up because I don't, it's dusk. It's not a good time for you to drive. Like you'll fucking die. So like I feel like late 60s console. Or you gotta prove it again. You gotta like
AARP magazines.
You can sign up for AARP like whenever you want.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard at least. I think I'm going to sign up, start getting these benefits right away.
What does that even mean? We just haven't been aware that
apparently there's like money? Really not a there's not really like a beginning, like a minimum or maximum.
Just retire tomorrow?
You can just like start it off, yeah.
And you get what? You get like do you get like 60% of your as a pension?
No, that's a pension. Yeah. I think you just get like little beneficial bullshit here and there. But I'm just going to drive for Uber and sleep in people's houses and probably kill them and myself one day by falling asleep at the wheel. Jesus Christ. And what's crazy is that's not the craziest story that John's friend group had in travel, right?
Yeah,
that is the second place story when it comes to crazy travel story for the weekend, which is
second place by a long shot.
By a
really long shot.
Which is the same distance between FTX and the second place app when it comes to buying and selling and trading crypto. FTX is the #1 app in the world by a fucking mile. It's the only app I even know, to be honest. They have all of the top crypto coins. I'm talking Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the top dogs. And right now, when you make a trade over $10, you get a free coin. So it could be the next big coin. All these shit coins that are cashing in, you get a free one, and all of a sudden, you're the owner of one Dogecoin, one Bitcoin, one Ethereum, and it could be the next thing that absolutely takes off. You used to know these guys as Blockfolio. Now they're FTX, and they are investing for the crypto generation. If you are my age or older, if you're plugged in with the times right now, you are a part of the crypto generation. There's going to be so many people who make retirement type money off of this shit.
Yeah, just getting in on it. You don't even need AARP. I'll pay that shit straight cash, homie.
Bro, the NFT shit is so wild. Like my brother keeps sending me links to like any interest in buying like this JPEG, and I'm like, I don't have any interest in it, but it might just be like the next one.
Yeah.
You send me there's one group that's doing like these like chimpanzee cartoons kind of. Can't remember the name of it. Just like like monkeys dressed like humans, like with a hat or like bloodshot eyes, sunglasses on. One's dressed like a rapper. One's whatever. And he was like, yeah, these were selling for like pennies like a couple months ago. And now they're on Sotheby's for like full blown auctions.
What?
So it's like you just might. Who knows? It's like, should we just buy all of them that are like a penny and just get, he was sending me sneakers. He's like, there's pictures of like sneakers that are, some of them are like, I think actual sneakers. Some of them are not even real sneakers, but they just have like glossy, I don't know. It's like, what if the sneakerhead community just says like, yeah, I want that NFT. Who fucking knows, man? But that's why you got to be plugged in on all this stuff, on NFTs, on crypto, on blockchain, everything for the next generation to make that money. And a lot of it is confusing, and that's where FTX comes in. And FTX makes it as simple as possible. You just sign up, start buying and selling, trading all that crypto, and you might get that retirement money before you even know it, man. 10,000 different coins to trade about, notifications right to your phone. You can follow along with whatever coins and projects you choose. And like I said, any trade over $10, you get a free coin. So visit the App Store and download FTX for free today. The second story is even fucking crazier somehow, some way.
Okay, so I got a text from a buddy. Let me
I don't even know this one fully yet because I was like, I want to hear this one live on the pod.
So I missed this story on Barstool. So there's a story Clem blogged. So the Playboy Playmate says she was told by Southwest employees she couldn't fly because her top was too low. This she's a baddie. Mm-hmm. Eve J. Marie. Mm-hmm. A woman was left feeling humiliated on a Southwest Airlines flight after she claimed she was asked.
Everyone on Southwest feels humiliated. Give me a break. That's just called flying on Southwest Airlines.
After she claimed she was asked to cover up her outfit or face being removed from the plane. Eve J. Marie, 26, who was traveling with her 7-year-old son, alleges that she was forced to borrow a flight attendant's jumper and tie it around her for the entirety of the service from Dallas to Tulsa. Whatever. The whole point is she's just a very attractive woman who has been kicked off her flight for looking, whoa, boy. Okay, so here is her. This is her OnlyFans. I guess this is a tweet of hers.
Whoa.
It just says, let me sit on your face.
Bro, I'd be honest. I'd be like, I'd decline because that seems dangerous. That's the type of ass that will suffocate you. That girl sits on your face, you end up dead, bro. Like that scene in The Boys where that girl fucking kills that guy while he's eating her ass. Yeah. I'd be worried about that.
So my buddy texted me, and he had said it a few days ago, actually probably a week ago at some point now, and I just missed it. And it's just, he sent that story, and just the next comment is, this girl tried to rape me on a Southwest flight today.
I don't know what's funnier, just that it happened or that you missed your buddy's rape text. Yeah. Thank God you're not,
And then
I don't know. If you ever text John like, oh, hey, man, I need some help. I've been raped. John might just fucking miss the whole thing.
So 4 days later, I went, bro, what? And he said, yeah, I don't know how she didn't get kicked off the plane. I said, what was he doing? He goes, so again, he said tried to rape.
Tried to rape.
Right?
Implying failure to rape.
And he goes on to describe what happened to him. He goes, I said, what was she doing? She goes, she fingered herself with my hand, bit my dick twice, had her massive tits out, and was making me lick them.
Where is this?
This is on a Southwest
on the plane?
flight. Yeah. He goes,
in the bathroom?
He goes, we were sitting next to a Southwest employee who was asleep. She tried to come in the bathroom with me on the plane, but this tourist stopped her. Then tried to drag me into the family restroom after the plane. I said, dude. First of all, this guy's he's a very attractive young man.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude. I mean, I'm sorry to hear this, but I don't think she tried to rape you.
You got raped.
You got raped, brother.
I don't know what's funnier terminology: the tried to get raped or she fingered me with my hand. Yeah. What
fingered her with her.
Fingered
hand.
her with. I mean, that's like you grab and just use it like it's a.
She was showing me videos of her getting fucked and butt plugged on her phone. He goes, weird shit just happens to me, man. I was like, a sexual assault happened to you.
Yeah, dude.
Not weird shit.
Bro, this is where the double standard is like fucking crazy. This is some Terry Crews shit where we're just all inclined to laugh about it. But it's like, this is horrendous. But, guys probably just walks away like, I got to text Feitelberg about this. This is wild. But imagine that.
He said, she was showing me shit on her phone and was telling, and some dude was telling her she was going to catch something if she kept letting everyone shoot her club up. which I guess means just coming someone. I've never heard that.
I heard that one
before.
just recently. Where did I hear it? Oh, I heard it just recently. It was so fucking funny.
I never heard that.
Just like a week ago, I heard it for the first time, and she was like, it might have just been on like TikTok or something. Like, I gotta stop letting them shoot the club up. And I was like, oh my god, the club. Your pussy is the club, and these guys are shooting it up.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, what would you do in that situation? Do you just like?
I
the same exact thing, right? I would just get raped, and then I would probably just like.
I'd tell a story about it on a
but
podcast.
Here's the thing. I think if someone was that persistent, I think I'd just fuck them.
Oh,
you know,
that's the thing.
I'd be like, listen, lady, like, cut it out. And then the next time she's throwing my hand in her pussy, I'm like, all right, like, you want this? Let me just fuck you, right? This is what you asked for, right? Let me just bang you out. Now we're done. You know?
He has a girlfriend, so he did. But I was like, I probably
even that. I think that's not cheating. If you fuck a girl on a Southwest Airlines flight because she's aggressively, basically raping you, you were defending yourself with your dick. That's it. You were defending yourself, and your weapon of choice was your dick. And the most peaceful, non-resistant way out of this was just fucking this girl. I had a buddy once.
It was like, I was gonna have to be an awkward 4 hours.
Yeah,
or
right.
just
Or just get this over with. Yeah, I had a buddy who. We all had a house down in the shore, and there was this girl who showed up and was kind of like into him and really laying it on thick. And he was like, "Is it like this could be a whole summer like this?" Like, fuck. And then one time he like finally hooked up with her and was kind of just like, "This is what you wanted, right? Like, here, fine, we're gonna fucking do this. Like, can we end this now?" Like, he was just like, "I just fucked her to make it stop, make it end." I feel like that if that's what's happening on your flight, like, I just wanted to watch the movie, man. Yeah. You know, I was on Southwest, it was already uncomfortable. I just wanted to watch.
This is what I get for boarding group C.
Yeah. Think about that little Russian roulette too. Like, anybody else sits there, who fucking knows? Right. You know? I mean, the best part. Well, not the best part, but the subtly funniest part is the Southwest employees sleeping. Yeah. Like the flight attendants. Where are we at? 35,000? Shit. Turn on the seatbelt sign. Fuck, you guys aren't supposed to be walking around. What's going on here?
Hey, wait. What the fuck's happening over here? Are you fingering yourself with his hand?
That is.
I take one nap, and this place just devolves into chaos. Daddy's always got to be up, doesn't he?
You sound like fucking Tim Robinson on I think you should leave. Was it? I think you should leave.
I think you should leave. Yeah.
I could see him doing a skit like that. Like, every fucking time, every goddamn time I take one nap on the plane, I wake up to people fucking. Jay Serrano had a very funny tweet about that. He it was just an idea for I think you should leave skit. It was something like let me find it because it was worded so funny, and I don't know why, but it really is just something I'm like, that would be an exact skit of this of this show. Yeah. He goes, let me find it. Oh God, I hate people who tweet as much as I do. I'm always like, I'll just pull up their timeline and it'll be there like, you know, right away. I mean, I just saw this like a minute ago, and it's fucking. Well, now I'm just invested in how fucking long it's gonna take. It was like he works for like a law firm or something like that, who won like Law Firm of the Year 2017, 2018, and 2020. And he's like, "Don't ask me what happened in 2019. You don't even want to fucking know." And you never know what happened in 2019, but he just freaks out about the whole thing the whole time. Like that's his style. I think also fingering me with your hand is a new description that I like. It's like, did you finger her? No. She was fingering herself. It was just with my hand. Yeah. Lil Dicky says that in season 2 of Dave. He's like, what do you think about saying that I fingered her with my dick? She's like, I think that sounds stupid, and no one would say it that way. He's like, exactly. No one's ever described sex as fingering you with my dick. Like, brilliant. I'm happy to report too, by the way. I can just finally be honest because I like Little Dicky. I love Cheeto. I like the show. It was like such a great story of like just how like you can make it in the industry. But season 2 in the beginning was not very good, and it definitely picks up.
It does.
It does.
Okay, I actually
second half of season 2 gets so much better, and then they do some like cool You know how, like, Sunny recently has always had, like, one episode a season that's, like, you know, like the interpretive dance one, but it's like, whoa, that was, like, different. They do a couple things like that in the second half season, too. That's, like, really cool. But there's some flashbacks where you see it gets good. It feels like the first, like, 3 episodes were, like, I don't know. They were filming during the pandemic and quarantine. I don't know if it was like all disjointed, but some of it felt a little bit strange. And I think a lot of people were on the same boat, like felt the same way about it. But second half season 2 of Dave is just as good as anything else they've put out. And I have to just say, anybody who likes The White Lotus has bad taste in television. That show fucking sucks.
I never had any interest in watching it.
It sucks.
You tried to get me on it, and I refused because you were like, it's the next big one.
Stinks.
And I said,
Did I say that?
Yeah. You said like after episode 1. Or I mean, like, I
did not.
I don't know if you said it's the next big one, but you said it's their it's their Sunday night show.
And that, if HBO, if it was not on HBO Sunday night 9:00, you would never hear a word about that show. If that was just streaming on Hulu, that show sucks. It had a good cast. They do like it has good actors, so the acting's good. It has like good music. Like the score is really good, and like the way it's shot is cool.
That's what I love in my shows. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. When people are like, "Oh man, like that scene with like the camera angles and the way the music like complemented it," I'm like, "Great, man, cool that like the NYU film student can really appreciate this." But the guy who at home, me, who likes plot and entertainment, this shit sucks. That show went from it's either absolutely nothing was happening or the most preposterous things in the world, from murder and taking a shit and drug-fueled orgies. It's like,
oh, is it taking a shit?
The only thing I will give The White Lotus is that they showed things on television that I've never seen before. They showed, it was supposed to be Steve Zahn's ball sack. Yeah. You don't really see ball sack. They showed a man eating another man's ass. Don't see that much. And you watch the guy just take a shit. And I don't think they faked it. I think he just took a shit. So I'll give The White Lotus that. There are 3 things that are kind of like, oh my God, I got to see it. He just squats. And they just show a profile, and you just see it falling out of his ass. And I was like, I think that guy just took a shit. Like a snuff film. It was like, that was just real. That was just poop falling out of his ass. But that was it. It was like these 3 things the only 3 things I could like tell you happened were like just rammed into this fucking show that absolutely sucked otherwise. I can't believe it got renewed, season 2.
Oh, really?
It's going to be like, I think it's, I don't know that for sure. I saw like literally a couple, like 2 tweets. Somebody said it got renewed for season 2. Someone said, yeah, but it's an anthology series. So I think it's just going to always be new people show up to the resort and like the wackiness ensues. And it was kind of like, all right, I don't know. There's just like, I think some people will be like, yeah, it's about family and life. Like these people just showed up and this is like all their stories. It's like, okay, but all their stories fucking sucked. I just can't stand it. It's like,
I mean, that's just basically what the other HBO show was. It Room.
Yeah. Where it's like everything in the hotel room.
Everything in a hotel room.
Yes, yeah. This just for the fanfare that it got and the fact that it was like HBO's Sunday night show. Ugh. I hate it. I fucking hate The White Lotus. I finished it and I was angry. I was like, 6 hours down the fucking drain, man. So fuck you, White Lotus. Let's do our top 5s now, because the most interesting thing of the weekend, maybe of all time, was this dude on the Diamondbacks. I don't even know his name, which is such a shame, because I was thinking to myself, how fucking amazing is this moment? And I don't even know his name. So it's not that amazing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. But it's like Tyler something is his name.
I wouldn't even have a guess.
Yeah. All I know is
you want me to name an Arizona Diamondback?
Tyler Gilbert. No chance. What?
Tyler Gilbert.
Tyler Gilbert called up from the minors for his first start ever. He had been called up for a relief appearance, but then back down to the minors, then called up for his first start ever against the Padres, albeit without Fernando Tatis at the time, but a very good team. First career start, no-hitter. Fucking preposterous. Yeah. Dad in the stands.
Has that ever happened before?
So, my favorite thing from this entire saga is not even, it really doesn't even have to do with him. It's about the people who last did it. Because it's happened 4 times in history. Oh, wow. All the other 3 were from 1898.
Actually?
I think they were all like 1800s. The other 3 men to do it, Ted Breitenstein. Okay. So it was back when Jewish fellas were succeeding at baseball. Bumpus Jones. And Bobo Holloman.
Hell yeah.
So when Bumpus and Bobo are the last guys to complete this task, you know that you're doing some old school shit that hasn't been done in a long fucking time. His dad was in the crowd, like cheering him on, crying his eyes out. Like, can't think of anything more unbelievable. Like, straight from a script. You tell Disney we're going to do a movie where the guy from the Miners comes up and throws a no-hitter in the first game, and they say, get the fuck out of here. This movie is ridiculous. And it happened in real life. So today we're going to do
fish one.
We're going to do top 5 sports plays that you would like to, be involved in. It doesn't have to be like, full no-hitter, but individual plays, just best plays in sports. Whether it's, the walk-off or the big shot or whatever it is. All right, our top 5s today are brought to you by Movement. Movement is top 5 in the game. As a matter of fact, they're top 1 in the game. The only company in the world that's done what they've done when it comes to wristwatches, sunglasses, regular eyeglasses, accessories. Movement has literally changed the game and reshaped the industry, all while being a huge supporter of our podcast. So top 5 dead or alive Movement watches, no doubt. What they did was take all the savings from becoming a internet company and pass it along to you. So they cut out the brick and mortar stores, all the overhead costs, and they passed it on to you so that watches that look and feel like they're $500, now they only cost $130. Some of them only cost $95. The sunglasses, same thing. You get shades for like $60 when these are usually $300 sunglasses. Then they said, fuck it, we can do watches and sunglasses. We might as well get into the blue light filtering game. And they have their Everscroll eyeglasses that help filter out the blue light and help your eyes stay sharp when you're looking at screens and phones and tablets all day long. They've been down with us since day one for the last decade, so you should get down with them too. The watches, they've got all different sizes, all different styles, men's, women's, metal, leather, plain black and white, different colors. With the shades, they've got all sorts of different styles, everything ranging from stylish to more conservative, and then the Everscroll glasses to save your eyes. And right now, you can get 15% off plus free shipping and free returns when you go to mvmt.com/KFC. That's mvmt.com/KFC. Get 15% off plus the free shipping. Top 5s. You're up, first pick.
I'm on first pick. Hell yeah. My favorite. So let's call this coolest sports plays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is nothing cooler than an outfield assist. It is, dude. When you, I've had multiple occasions where I just had threads of outfield assists where it was I tweeted one and then people started responding and it's just like started retweeting and it went off the rails. But you see those, like there's the one like Vlad Guerrero
From the corner to third base.
Third. There's that one. The one someone says an underrated one. I forget. It was Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson catching one in shallow left. And then throwing someone out at first. I forget exactly what happened. Maybe it was a fucking ground ball to left, but he throws someone out at first, and it's just like it's insane. Then there's obviously the who's your boy?
Cespedes?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a Cespedes one.
Hose.
The
good thing about Cespedes was he was reckless in the field with his glove. So he would get himself into situations where people would run on him. Because once you're known that you have a cannon, people don't even try. You don't even get the chance very often.
Right. It's like whoa, why didn't Revis have any interceptions this year? Because no one throws the ball at him anymore.
Half of the field is gone.
Right.
But Cespedes would like bobble a ball or like misplay it and let it hit the gap. So people are like, I'm going to go for third. And like, no, you're fucking not. I might have to.
I wonder if he does that stuff too. Like, I wonder if there's a bit of that where that it's intentional. Because I remember reading an article on Sidney Crosby way back in the day, and someone was talking about how like what he does at practice is he practices moves. So if people try to do like stick handling moves that are like look cool, Sidney tries to learn moves that make it look like he fumbled the puck.
So you'll do something stupid.
Yeah,
wow.
And then like
he's actually in control the whole time.
Right, and I wonder if like
sick.
Cespedes does that. Where it's like, I'll pretend I'm bobbling this, but like, guess what?
I'm good, but then
you're fucking
I'm luring
done.
you into the trap. Yeah. I'm going to do something that's never been done in draft history. I'm going to we're going to do a little time traveling here. I'm going to take with my 4th pick. I'm going to take something that you just said that I don't think falls under the umbrella of the outfield assist. I think throwing someone out at first from the outfield is one of the meanest things you can do in sports, and therefore makes it. I don't think that's an outfield assist. I think that's just put out.
I think, yeah.
So with
my
4th pick, I'm taking that. That's my 4th pick into the future.
The outfield
that should have been available there, and I'm gonna go a step even further. like when you do it to a fat guy.
Yeah.
Because that's usually how it happens. They play shallow, and it's like Bartolo almost got thrown out a couple times. He would get there because he's actually like sneaky fast, and then would be like, "Come on, man, you motherfucker!
Yeah.
Like, did you really have to do that?" But sometimes you could, like in Little League, you could do it to like the fat kid or the pitcher. So the outfield put out like from what's that, like 9-1 or whatever the numbers are. It's like that's so fucking rude when you do that to somebody. So my first overall pick is the walk-off home run.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
What I agree with you about. I would have probably drafted the outfield assist because it's cooler. Well, no, it's not cooler. I don't know what it is. It's rarer, and there's something like unique and macho about it. Like, not to say that everyone can hit a home run, but everybody can hit a home run. Like, there's certain guys who could never throw you out from the wall. But the walk-off home run, Tim Anderson the other night, like. Fucking forget about it.
Dude, that game, like, let's talk about that real quick. That game, balls were juiced, right?
That had to be like, we want to make sure this is a fucking spectacle.
There were, what, 6 home runs at that game?
That was 2019 baseball.
Or actually, I don't know the dimensions of the field. Actually, no, I think it was 324 down the left, so it was a pretty regular field.
Fucking Yankee Stadium, man.
But like
the 9th inning home runs to take the lead or tie it, and then Tim Anderson to come back, like...
It was fucking.
That was cool, man.
It was very cool.
That was one of the things that lived up to the hype for me. Like, that was a great idea. They should do that like every year, or that's where the All-Star game should be played, or whatever. Or maybe not. Maybe that loses the allure then. But the cornfield and the fucking perfect sunset. Like, sometimes I really believe this is why I will always say baseball over everything else. I know football has become the most popular one, but I think the pageantry and the storytelling and the beauty of baseball is like unparalleled.
The fucking what's his tits over Pro Football Talk. I can't think of his name, but whatever. But he had a tweet where he said, "What's something like this game that football?"
For football, I was going to say what
he said. Maybe have one game at maybe have a Rudy game every year that you play at Notre Dame, and one team wears Notre Dame jerseys. And someone quote tweeted, he goes, "So a Notre Dame football game?"
Yeah. I mean, I maybe like I think college football has that more than pro.
For sure.
The Rose Bowl or certain stadiums. Pro games, it's like, maybe like a Lambeau Fields game in the snow or something like that. But I don't know. There's not like a fictional.
I think you'd have to have it like.
That's what's like so crazy about baseball and the love that people, like the passion people have for it. There's a fucking field that people care about.
Right.
Like, there's no court. I mean, I guess there's in basketball. There's a little bit of that with the Garden or like Duke or whatever. Like, but in football, it just doesn't have that juice.
No. You have to do it like a fucking like in a field in Texas, like Friday Night Lights, when they have the fucking mud bowl.
That's it. That's really it. While just real quickly, we're talking about sports. The woman who threw the soda in that football fight.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, she should go to jail. That woman should be locked up for like 10 to 15 years.
Bro,
that was worse than the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand Franz. that was the shot heard around the world. That was gonna be a bunch of shit talk and nothing else, and then she was just like, boom, full soda. And then that guy goes with the Ric Flair chop across like 4 different faces, and then he got his shit worked. That guy punched him in the ass.
But he didn't get his shit worked. Those guys wanted no part of a fight.
No.
Until some dude, you seen the guy with the big mustache? Mm-hmm. He kicks the guy in the ass. Because I think he's just trying to...
Oh, yeah, there is a foot that flies in. And then once he was down, they got on him like a pack of hyenas.
Yeah, then they got they got real fucking macho once he was down.
He was punching his ribs and his kidneys. That one guy was literally just punching his ass. I was like, this is not an honorable fight at all. But it's one that shouldn't have started at all.
Those fucking pussies had no... They were scared little fucking cowards.
They just had strength in numbers.
Until the guy was splayed out. And then they're like, all right, now we pile on. Fuck you. If you want to fight, fight. But that's fucking pussy shit.
That guy must have just been bruised today, man. Like,
I mean, he just got up and walked away.
I know, but that was like 10 minutes later when the adrenaline calmed down. He was probably like, oh, fuck. Right. Who was punching me in the asshole? Like, that guy just got his taint abused. All right, second pick for you.
Second pick is hitting someone over the boards in hockey.
Interesting.
Like dumping someone onto the bench.
Yeah, okay. I never have experienced anything like that. But that's got to be one of the more emasculating things.
Yeah. Oh, I've never done it. I was just being like, that would be like when you see that goes like
ass over tea kettle or whatever the phrase is. Yeah.
It goes viral every time, which is like someone gets fucking bundled into there, and it's like funny too. There's so many ways it can happen. Like you can just get flipped off, but then there was that hit. It was Tom Wilson. It was Tom Wilson on fucking. Corrali, maybe. It was against the Bruins. And he just, I mean, it was insanity. Like, it was great. He just sent him
Flying.
Literally
Yeah.
flying.
I'm going to go.
It's about as emasculating as it gets.
I will go with the. I'm going to go with fat guy touchdown. Like, fat guy defensive touchdown.
Yeah,
sort of
that's a
moment.
good
like,
one.
Like, scoop up the fumble. And you're, running out of gas. Like, you just, like had just enough motor to get to the fucking end zone. And you score a touchdown, and it's just, like, the greatest feeling in the world. And everybody celebrates the fat guy scoring. Fat man touchdown that's a moment of pure bliss for, like, you could be an unbelievable defensive player, have a Hall of Fame career, sacks-wise and tackles-wise, whatever else. But the best, if you ever scored a touchdown, like, it's, like, the best moment of your life.
I
It's
think
the one
that's,
thing
like,
you want to do. As a pitcher, you want to hit a home run, or as a fat guy, as a defensive player, you want to score touchdowns, and then you finally get to do it. That's
I don't even
incredible.
think you want to do it. I think it's one of those ones that's so preposterous.
Yeah,
that
you don't even put it in your mind.
You don't
Yeah,
even
it's
hope
like
to
not
ever
even
score a touchdown.
chance.
You're like, I'm a
Yeah.
nose tackle.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
gonna hope
not
for a touchdown.
happening. Yeah, it's almost like you get the ball and you're like, I don't fucking want to do this.
Okay, my number 3, right?
Yep.
Like a half court buzzer beater, but that's not a half court shot. Like, it's a pull up. Like I'm basically thinking of like one single shot, and it's Steph against Oklahoma City.
Like the intentional.
Yeah,
I'm shooting
like
from
pull
here.
it up like from the fucking like
Not
like,
a heave, just like
yeah, not a heat. Like you pulled up, you knew what you were doing, like from the spot, like from the logo or something like that. Like
Yep.
you were still. I think Dame had a couple of those this
Yep.
past playoff run.
Yep.
Like that's because that's
I mean, they call him Logo Lillard. It's like, that's fucking disgusting.
that Steph one when it was like that Steph one. I vividly remember where I was. I was at Midtown Oyster Bar in Newport, Rhode Island, watching that game, and it was like. We were like, "What's he doing? This is crazy." They have him calling timeout, like they're, and he just like
hits it.
just casually just scrolls up the court and fucking buried from like 100 feet away.
That's the kind of shit that does change the way the game's played. Where it's like, call timeout. You got to set it up at half court. It's like, no, I'm just gonna shoot from half court. We're good. I'll keep the Steph train rolling. This is specific again to mostly Steph. The like. Ball in the air, start running back down court.
Yeah,
It's in. It's fucking in. Or like shoot, turn to the bench, like it's fucking going in. I mean, he did
Give
that.
the finger guns.
He does that or did that, like specifically that one season, far too often. Like that should be a once in a lifetime, like I'm on fire sort of thing. And he does it like every other game. It's unbelievable.
And he did it against this season.
Yeah.
It's like people just thought he was bad for a little while, and it was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be the team.
yeah. Oh wait, I just realized I already took my 4th pick, so now I'm running out. I got one more pick. Fuck.
Okay. My 4th pick is going to be, I think, probably a breakaway goal.
I was gonna say I can't believe there's not. Yeah.
A breakaway goal.
Like an overtime goal.
Because like an overtime goal, breakaway goal, but like when you get to celebrate, like a big enough goal where you just celebrate by jumping into the boards, like
Yeah, so
you
much
jump in,
momentum,
like,
like,
which is how Ovechkin celebrates every goal, which I love. But
No, I know exactly what you're talking about though. That speed, that like where you just throw your body into it.
yeah, you have to like Luis Mendoza. Like, I'm not gonna be able to stop, so here I fucking come.
All right, my last pick. It's crazy because I knew you wouldn't pick it. I knew you wouldn't pick many basketball things. I'm surprised you had the Steph thing. The posterized dunk is probably the most popular
forgot about
one.
that one.
But you know what? That'll be my honorable mention. We'll say that was almost too easy.
Yeah.
Because I was holding that for this moment, but I think I've got a different one instead. Because the dunk is whatever. It's amazing, but it's also a bicycle kick goal in soccer.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck! You kicked my ass this list.
That and let's
Man.
call it a game winner or the equalizer or overtime goal, but that's one of the more preposterous fucking.
It is.
Like to consciously do it too. It's not
when I
like
was
a
a
crazy.
kid-
It's just like okay, it's coming, and you land on your fucking back. It's disgusting to do that to somebody.
When I was a kid, I learned about it like in like the Big Green or something like that, and I was like, "That's not something to do in real life."
Yeah, nobody can
that's
do
that's
that.
Hollywood movie magic.
That's and one basketball shit. Nobody actually. It's like no, I'll end up like I'm like landing on my neck. You all right, big fella? All right.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Yo,
Wait, I didn't get a fifth.
oh, you should pick. Yeah.
Bro, I think just striking someone out. I think that's just like, look, that's me versus you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw this ball as hard as I fucking can. You try your best to hit it, and then you fucking miss. I would walk off that mound celebrating every single time. Like, ah!
I love that. That's like finally. We're almost there where that's just going to be what baseball is. It's still like the guys who show emotion, but we're almost to the point where it's like you can just do that.
When you just like it's that, I mean that is in sports. That's about as one-on-one. This is me versus you.
No clock, none of that shit. Where it's like
I'm bringing the heat.
You have to throw it and you have to swing it and like see what happens. Absolutely.
Like I'm sure you get that way like in the trenches where you're doing like one-on-one blocking and stuff like that. Yeah. But this is just like. This is like we're on a stage. Mm-hmm. Because of the offensive and defensive line kind of just becomes chaotic. It's almost like in fucking like Braveheart when two warriors clash. Uh-huh. But this is like we're separate. We both clearly see what we're doing here.
You know what else I think is a good one? Specific though, almost specific to like one individual instance. But Dave Roberts stealing second base is one of the coolest things in sports. And I talked about it with Paul Verzi the other day on the Kevin Clancy show. Like that moment where it was like he was pinch run. It's like everybody knows I'm here to go.
Yeah.
and Mariano Rivera's on the mound, and it's like you got to get a lead, but you can't imagine if you got picked off there.
Right.
Imagine you get caught leaning, so you gotta like know not to get, but then to go and get it. It's like
that is that's like a great one too.
It was bang bang, but he was definitely safe, and like the noise, like when the base is mic'd up or whatever, and you hear that like, and then the hand hit the bag and the glove hit you, and it's like boom, 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 and you're sick. I mean, incredible. That's some like one-on-one, that's some one-on-one like dance type shit.
Yeah.
Like we're doing a little dance here.
It's almost like it's like a one-on-one though, because
because
the catcher knows you're 100%. Going to.
Yep.
And then like. It is like that. That was too. There wasn't a person on the planet who was like he's not.
He might not go.
Yeah. He's going. That's what he's here to do.
And then the fact that I think it was Ortiz delivered. Did he get the single?
No. That game was Bill Miller, I believe.
Yeah, just like and then we got the single. Then we did what it took.
Yeah, I think that was Poppy was doing.
Poppy did like every other walk.
Yeah.
All right, so hit us with your top five. Another one I don't think is as maybe not as cool. Maybe we could do another top five eventually. Like funny sports moments. But position player pitching is always like sound the alarm,
But also it's fucking too much now.
Well, now people do it often for like we're down like 8-1. Like, well, I might as well save my bullpen. That should be reserved for like circus games where it's like 15-2. But anybody getting in there throwing like 34-mile-an-hour like Bugs Bunny curveballs, I get a kick out of. Voicemails today are brought to you by SimpliSafe. The most important thing you can do is.
Protect this house.
We must protect this house. We must protect this house. You got to protect your loved ones. You got to protect your belongings, and you got to do it.
And it's your responsibility.
It is. That's really the thing.
It's like we were saying earlier with the car thing, where it's like, I guess I got to be the one to wake this guy up.
As a guy, it's like, yep, I gotta make sure that I keep this house safe. Women, of course, too. You should keep your stuff safe. But man of the house, you get your first home, you got your first baby, whatever. You get your first expensive furniture and electronics and all that, and you got to make sure that nobody gets in there and steals that shit. You also got to make sure you're protected against earthquakes and fires and floods and all that natural disaster type stuff. But when you got to stop those burglars, how you going to do it? You're going to do it with SimpliSafe. It's affordable. It's easy. It only takes a matter of minutes to set up. You don't have to have any weirdos in your house setting it up for you. You can set up the cameras and the sensors and the alarms all by yourself. And right now, when you go to SIMPLI, SimpliSafe with an I.com/KFC radio, you get 20% off the security system. That's a big deal because SimpliSafe has been down with us for a long time. And they've always had a good offer with a free camera or free risk-free trial or whatever. But now they're officially offering a 20% discount. So on an already affordable monthly cost, 20% off is going to save you the money while you're saving your belongings and your loved ones. At SimpliSafe.com/KFC radio. Start to customize your system. Start protecting your home and family when you sign up for the interactive monitoring service. That's your first month free, 20% off when you sign up for interactive monitoring service at SimpliSafe.com/KFC radio.
Hey, KFC Feits, Jackie, Nick. Question for you guys. So I just listened to the episode today about like one of the dirtiest things someone's done in public or sexiest, and it was like the cigarette butt thing, which is weird. But got me to a question. So story with my ex-girlfriend. Never thought I'd go out with this girl, tattooed, ex-Marine, wore a crotch rocket, like very, I guess you could say like, I can't think of the fucking style. Anyway, so her style was so hot though, but so we're walking out of the bar one night. This was the first time we hung out, and I never thought I'd have a chance with this girl. We go through this alleyway to get to my car, and when we take the turn, it's the winter time in Illinois, so she grabs me by my fucking peacoat and slams me up against this brick wall and just starts like sucking my tongue out of my mouth. And at this point in time, I was extremely turned on, but also like a little like, what the fuck? So the best thing I can describe it is like a fear-rection, like a hard-on mixed with being like terrified at the same time, but I was all about it. So, question. What is something in your life that's given you like, it's turned you on, but also scared you at the same time? I hope it's not the fucking cigarette butt thing, because that's weird. Also, KFC, I've definitely broke my ex-girlfriend's nose with my head, like, while having sex. So,
yikes.
Feel you on that story, too. All right, guys.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't fuck. This guy fights.
What's he saying, the cigarette butt thing?
Yeah, remember the guy was like, it's like some girl started putting cigarette butts on his arm.
Oh, yeah,
in,
that
like,
was
in a
too
club
much.
or something in a bar.
Too much.
Yeah.
So what's a fear
It was like,
erection?
he's like, yeah, I got fucking, it's hot as hell. Like, bro, you were getting literally tortured.
Yeah, your body was fucking on fire. That's why it was hot.
That's a true fucking torture move.
Yeah. So the idea of like, it's basically what's something that's like so aggressive but like hot at the same time.
Yes. Mine is basically just like everything that any girlfriend's ever done to me. A lot of violent ex-girlfriends and like, I don't know, I liked it all.
I remember hooking up with a chick. This was early. See, what people don't realize, I don't think for us, like we lived through the transition of like regular sex to violent sex. Like violent sex is par for the course now. There was a time where you were not supposed to slap and choke and shit,
Bro,
you know?
I remember the first time a girl said choke me.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you nuts?
So that's the fucking answer. That's your answer, dude. I have two. I had a girl the first time.
I was in a hotel on the blackout tour.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah, wait.
And this is she's saying girl called me
The
Dad.
daddy girl.
Yes.
This girl, I swear to God, you might have fucked Alex Cooper on the Blackout Tour and didn't know it. This girl was so ahead of her time. She was saying daddy and choke me well before anybody was doing daddy and choke me.
I was like, do you...
You might have fucked like a time traveler, dude. You might have fucked like an alien who like zapped into the past and fucked you and brought her futuristic ways with her.
I believe we were in a hotel in Hartford, and it was like...
Choke me,
daddy.
daddy.
Like, choke me. And I was like, she took her hand, took my hand, put it on her throat, fingered herself with my hand, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Push." I was like, "I'm not gonna kill you."
That's what I mean. Because at that point in the game, it wasn't like understood. It was like, why would I do
like,
that?
I didn't know how to do it
Asphyxiate
either.
you?
Like,
what?
Like now, like fucking, they'll teach you like, you're supposed to pinch on the sides. Not.
I disagree with you, by the way. I just fucking choke. But yeah, no.
Bro,
I was like
to
pinch. I just fucking
just
cut
like
off your
fucking-
airways. Yeah.
All right, ask for it. I don't know how this works. Like, just fucking.
Basically, like doing like CPR on her neck.
Yeah, fucking snapping fucking tracheas. Yeah, like,
dude, that's gotta be it though. That's gotta be it. The girl was the first time you heard choke me.
I was horrified.
I don't remember the first time choke me, but I remember hooking up with a girl, making out with her on the couch, and we had been doing some choking and some slapping, some light slapping, and she didn't even go with choke me or slap me. She
beat the fuck out of me.
No, even worse. Like, she said, hurt me.
Oh my God.
She was like, hurt me. And I wanted to be like, what, you want me to like date you for 6 months and then ghost you? Like, hurt you? Like, what do you mean hurt you? So I was like, not, I was slapping and that wasn't really enough. I was then being told to hurt. So I was kind of doing like light, like closed
working
fist.
the ribs.
Body shots, just little elbows.
All right, I'll hit that liver.
I did the McGregor. I hit with my shoulder. Break her nose with my shoulder. I was kind of like punching without making a fist. Because like open hand slap this way wasn't getting it done. So I was kind of like hitting her with my knuckles. Kind of like whack. But the way she whispered hurt me was. And then also that the first girl in high school, the one who like, basically took my innocence. I mean, literally the very first time we had sex, she asked if we wanted to do anal, and I was like, I'm losing my virginity. Can we just like keep this condomed dick in your vagina, please? But then also like maybe like the second time, she was like, put your fingers in my ass, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's awesome. So that was.
If you're wondering how you make a Kevin,
yeah, that's really it. Like she just molded me into this fucking thing, for better or worse. Next.
KFC, Feits, super producer BC, Jackie. Got a quick question for you guys. So me and my roommates are having a little competition right now. We're seeing who shits the most in the month. Shout out to @PoopMat. But got me thinking, how many miles of toilet paper do you think you use in your lifetime? Thanks. Bye.
I don't even know how to calculate that.
Bro,
are they counting like turds, or are they counting times they shit?
I would hope they're counting times. That's despicable. I don't like this. You guys can do these challenges or these contests or whatever. I don't like. So what? You come out and you like put one on the board every time or something? That's just and like who really wins then?
You come out with one fucking like a little bit like the last wipe. And then you kind of just nail that to the wall.
Oh God, stop! And then what? Like so, some dude like the fat guy in the crew, like comes out. He's like, on the 31st, he's like 62 shits. Like I won. Like okay, you fucking. I always think that fat people shit more, right? That's a common thing to believe, but I don't think there's any truth to it, right?
Yeah. I think they just eat more, so they shit more, right?
I don't know.
That would make sense. Would stand to reason.
I guess, but it's also, I don't know, it's like you're skinny, you shit everything out all the time right away. I don't know. Maybe you're the shit king.
That's true.
And what was the question? How much like toilet paper you use?
Yeah.
I have no. I had to display it when we went through hand wash gate. I use apparently a lot of toilet paper.
I use a mile at every
I take the roll and just fucking because I don't know. You guys are so desperate to conserve your fucking toilet paper that you got your fingers breaking through. I've got like a cloth's worth.
Bro, I go.
I let that shit roll, man. that noise is so spot on.
Oh my God, bro, I take one and I crumple it up to give it a little weight and just throw it across the bathroom.
just to roll the warm it up, pal. I'm about to really unroll you.
Bro, I personally have destroyed a significant portion of the Amazon rainforest.
All right, last voicemail is brought to you by SimpliSafe. Last voicemail of the day is brought to you by SLIQ Spirited Ice. It's the new way to get your booze on. It's the only way to get your booze on. What do you drink your alcohol? Like some sort of heathen?
Why don't you just suck it on ice?
Why don't you just get a nice little frozen ice pop of alcohol and suck on it? I want to suck on my alcohol. Give me a little.
Grill it in low.
I didn't even think that was that bad.
I didn't
That's literally what you do. You suck on the ice pop.
I can see it going somewhere.
SLIQ Spirited Ice. It's like your favorite ice pop from your childhood. An icy pop, but it's got some rum in it. It's got the alcohol in it to make yourself a nice little ice pop cocktail. You got like a daiquiri. You got a margarita. Any of those like beachy, summertime, by the pool, in the sand type of cocktails. They now are freezable to put in your home. Pop open the freezer, open it up, slice the top, and you can chew on some slushy ice with your favorite cocktail infused in it. So you get your buzz on, get your drink on, except it's all in the form of your favorite ice pop from the ice cream man. This dude dropping 2000s rap references. I love it. Get your SLIQ Spirited Ice on. You can go to SLIQ Spirited Ice, SLIQ, spiritedice.com to learn more. You can check it out at your local liquor store all summer long, all fall long, at tailgates this fall for football. Imagine you're in the hot sun on a September game, and you could pop out the SLIQ Spirited Ice at the tailgate. Oh my God!
Be the battle of the ball.
You're at the pool, in the ocean. Bring the cooler with you. Pop it open as we are in the final weekends here of the summer. You want to make sure that you get your icy SLIQ Spirited Ice on. It tastes good. It's 8% alcohol by volume, so That'll fuck you up. And you get 100 calories or less in each pop. So, it's not like you're eating like a whole ice cream sundae. It's just some slushy ice with your favorite alcohol in there. So bring it to the backyard barbecue, the pool party, the beach party, whatever. SLIQspiritedice.com. Check it out today.
KFC, Nick, Jackie, and happy birthday, Feits. Quick question for you. Are there any fictional places that you've seen in TV, movies, video games, anything that you feel like you know better than a place that you've been in real life? Whether it be maybe a map in a video game or the set of a TV show, anything that maybe you feel so immersed in that world that you know better than a place you've actually been in real life. All right, thanks.
It's a good question, and oddly, my answer is definitively no, because I just can't figure out like New Girl and The Office in particular are two shows I've seen 50 billion times.
Yeah.
I still can't fucking picture the layouts of the buildings. I still can't really understand how. I see Nick and Jess's room. I also know where Schmidt's room is. But then, I don't understand what happens back in the bathroom. I don't understand where Winston's room's at. And then The Office, I'm fucking a mess. I do not understand the layout of that place at all.
Of The Office?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think it's just one big room.
No, because it's one, and then there's the annex.
There's Michael Scott's office to the left, and there's the conference room that's right alongside his. There's the kitchen thing, pantry, whatever, in the back, and then back corners Angela and Oscar and the accounting.
But then how do you get to what happens when you go into the hallway? Because then where are the stairs? Then where's the warehouse?
Oh, the whole building is a different story. I get what you mean. Yeah.
No. I mean, I get Michael's office.
And then there's the wherever that hallway is, they're lined up for pretzels.
Right.
And then the parking lot there. But that's I mean, the thing is, I don't think you can. Oh, you know what? I feel like I feel like I could live. I could they say your childhood home. You could walk around it in the middle of the night with your eyes closed, in the dark. And I think I could do that to the McAllister house in Home Alone.
Really?
I feel like I know that house front and back.
No, I definitely don't have that one.
The stairs up, the attic stairs to go up a little bit further, the parents' bedroom, Buzz's room, the basement, that whole kitchen with the dining room off it. I mean, the McAllister house is probably the one that which is funny because it's people I don't think people realize that it's a set. It's there is the McAllister house that they show outside, but then the inside of the house is not that house.
Oh, that's right.
It's a school.
It. Yeah.
It's if you watch the movies that made us, it was a local elementary school that which makes much more sense. You think that that I remember being what? And a lot of people were yeah, of course, duh. And I was no, not of course, duh. People just thought that was the house.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it, it's no, they need to be able to put cameras in and have shoot these shots. So it's a set that they shoot on, not just a home.
But is the set modeled after the house?
That I don't know.
Okay.
That I hope that would be cool if there was a house that looks that way. But yeah, that house would be the one thing I know. But I don't think it's hard. It's kind of
a video game guy though. Could you do fucking Bond levels or shit like that?
I just maybe at the time some of the GoldenEye levels,
Yeah.
some of the Mega Man levels I used to know really well, but some of the Zelda maps at the time, playing Ocarina of Time, whatever. When I was entrenched in that for 12 hours a day trying to beat it, I knew all the temples and all the different fields you could be in, Hyrule and all this shit. But overall, it's hard to maintain any of that. I don't know. But yeah,
I get this is
hardcore
this is a cheat
to know.
code, but I could do Patty's Pub.
Yeah, it's there's just one.
It's a bar.
But that's have you ever been on a set of a TV show or anything?
No.
I went to a Schitt's Creek thing that was made to look like some of the rooms, but I've never been on the set. I think that's something I would enjoy as a TV. I think I would love to see that.
I tried to win it once, a trip out to Sunny.
Yeah,
and it was
that is in L.A. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's funny too. Is I think people sometimes assume that it's actually Philly, and it's no, these are actors in Hollywood.
Yeah,
they're in
but it was it was because Charlie went to my high school. It was an auction item, and it was I was 22 trying to.
I went for big money.
Yeah, I don't know what it went for, but
right.
if it went for more than $50, I
yeah, you weren't gonna win it. Yeah. All right, let's get into our interview today. It's our girl Rosebud Baker is back. She's got a new special coming out. It's 9 years of her work finally coming together. And she's just always, I mean, she is
she's one of my favorite guests.
Absolutely.
I love
and she comes in like a bat out of hell. She's like a little fired up fucking little like monster, you know? But this was even by her standards like hectic and erratic and crazy. So
towards the end of the interview, she goes, I did say I feel bad for mass shooters, didn't I?
Shooters, right. It's brought to you by Bare Bottom Clothing, my favorite clothing sponsor of the year. I told you my favorite product earlier. My favorite clothing sponsor of the year has been Bare Bottom. I wear their shirts pretty much like 4 or 5 days a week at this point. The long sleeve tees and the regular tees are the most comfortable shirts I own. The jogger pants are unfortunately the only like real pants I wear right now that still fit me. All my other jeans from like last year, pre-pandemic, not going.
No, they don't even fit.
They fit like they're like.
How about this? Here's something and I stand by this. I think this is a factual statement. I've never had a pair of pants stop fitting me.
Really?
Yep.
That's honorable.
They might have technically stopped fitting. I haven't stopped wearing them.
Right. Wait, what?
So
it's like the same way you wear small underpants?
Yeah. I'll
so
wear.
They don't fit you. You just squeeze into them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's stupid. They don't fit you.
Yeah.
Just because you wear ill-fitting pants doesn't mean that they fit you.
I have like the same pants I wore. I have pants from high school that I'll wear sometimes.
And you're comfortable in them?
I'm as comfortable as ever. I mean,
meaning no.
I'm never comfortable, so I'm always comfortable.
Right. I got to go to a wedding in a couple weeks, and it's an Indian wedding. So Friday night's Indian clothes, and then Saturday night's American clothes. And I'm like, can I just double up on the Indian clothes? Because there's no chance my suits fit me anymore.
Fire.
Yeah, so I got like the.
Dashiki?
I mean, no. It's called a kurta. But they are called pajamas. Like on the website, like kurta pajamas. I'm like, we are literally wearing PJs. Yeah. Like, this is my kind of fucking wedding. But Bare Bottom is their joggers are the only thing that fit me now. Their shorts are fire. They've got comfortable clothing that it's lightweight but performs well. Right now, for under $100, you can get 2 lightweight tees and a pair of stretch shorts. So get shirts and shorts that fit you and perform well and are comfortable for under $100. With the shorts, they've got the 5.5 inch inseams, the 7 inch inseams. So whatever your style is, they've got you covered. It's comfortable, stretchy, it's soft, it's 5-star rated. They've got swim shorts, regular shorts, tees, long sleeve tees, just top-notch stuff. So go to Bare Bottom Clothing, BEAR, like the animal, bottomclothing.com. Use promo code KFC to order today and get free shipping. That's barebottomclothing.com. Code KFC. Let's talk to Rosebud Baker on KFC Radio. Voicemails today are brought to you by SimpliSafe. The most important thing you can do is
protect this house.
We must protect this house. We must protect this house. You got to protect your loved ones. You got to protect your belongings, and you got to do it.
And it's your responsibility.
It is. That's really the thing.
It's like we were saying earlier with the car thing, where it's like, I guess I got to be the one to wake this guy up.
As a guy, it's like, yep, I gotta make sure that I keep this house safe. Women, of course, too. You should keep your stuff safe. But man of the house, you get your first home, you got your first baby, whatever. You get your first expensive furniture and electronics and all that, and you got to make sure that nobody gets in there and steals that shit. You also got to make sure you're protected against earthquakes and fires and floods and all that natural disaster type stuff. But when you got to stop those burglars, how you going to do it? You're going to do it with SimpliSafe. It's affordable. It's easy. It only takes a matter of minutes to set up. You don't have to have any weirdos in your house setting it up for you. You can set up the cameras and the sensors and the alarms all by yourself. And right now, when you go to SIMPLI, SimpliSafe with an I.com/KFC Radio, you get 20% off the security system. That's a big deal because SimpliSafe has been down with us for a long time. And they've always had a good offer with a free camera or free risk-free trial or whatever. But now they're officially offering a 20% discount. So on an already affordable monthly cost, 20% off is going to save you the money while you're saving your belongings and your loved ones. At SimpliSafe.com/KFC Radio. Start to customize your system. Start protecting your home and family when you sign up for the interactive monitoring service. That's your first month free, 20% off when you sign up for interactive monitoring service at SimpliSafe.com/KFC Radio.
Am I allowed to vape in here? Or is that not okay?
Like what's something a guest could do that we would say no to?
Literally nothing.
Really?
Literally nothing. If they took out a gun and started shooting up the room, I'd cheer them on.
What if they shot
Jar?
What if they shot heroin during the
we have a
podcast
jar.
and then fell asleep for the
That's
rest
all
of
for
it?
you. Like that would be great. Imagine that. Like Rosebud Baker, like did heroin on KFC radio. Watch the footage. This is our jar. If we
They're
make
gonna be like,
suicide
why?
references,
She's
you
not
got to put
saying
$1
anything.
in.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Because we talk about killing ourselves far too often.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I was
I'm,
like,
I'm actually gonna get one of the square things. I'm gonna just put
I was like, yeah, we definitely need a tap for sure. Cause fuck.
Okay, so let's talk about you and all your blatant lies for why you're late today. Shall we?
I swear to God, this is not a lie. Okay, first of all, I feel like a liar already. First of all, I feel like I'm lying. But I was where was I this weekend? Sacramento? No, it was like the Florida of California.
Florida of California.
San Diego, not Huntington Beach.
San
San
Diego?
Diego.
San Diego's nice, I
Listen,
thought.
it's not. It's like, I know they think it's nice. It's really like mozzarella sticks. Like, it's fun, but it's trash. You know what I mean? And it's, I had a great
really,
time.
huh?
It's, yeah.
I guess,
I'll
yeah,
tell
I
you what,
don't-
people from San Diego won't shut the fuck up about how great it is.
Well,
It's
it's great,
great.
like 75 degrees and all this shit. But I guess when I think of San Diego, I don't think of like affluence. Like it's so
Yeah,
nice.
that's
I just
true.
think it's nice weather.
Yeah, I had a great time, but it's
Mozzarella
a
sticks.
lot of bachelorette parties, just like all over the place, and real family town. It feels like an outdoor mall a little bit, you know, at least where I was at. So then I get back, and I took Mouse with me because this was like a last minute gig. I took Mouse with me. On the way back, Mouse, all of a sudden, like, I smell something on the plane, and it hit me, like, I was like, that's shit. That's not a fart. That's shit. And so I had to take her crate into the, this is like context for.
I was gonna say for the reason why you were late this morning, beginning in,
is
in
all
San Diego
context.
last
No, I
week
get it.
is.
I
It's all
get it.
context.
Yeah.
But
This is how deep the lie goes.
My dog, just to give you backup, my dog shit in her crate on the plane with 2 hours left on the plane to go. So then
like
I'm
next to you.
no
Like,
in her like
no, I know, but you keep like her. It's not like you put her like underneath
she was
or something. Right?
no
It's,
I
like,
put her
still
I
on
put her
you.
under the seat in front of me.
Got it.
So then I like smelled it and like. You know when like everyone in the place, they all just went like this at the same time, and I was like, oh my God. So I just picked it up, took her into the bathroom. I'm trying to clean up shit, like wet diarrhea shit.
Come on, Rosebud.
Literally, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I swear to God, I
Let me
feel like
ask
I
you
come on
something.
here with
If you were a
new emergency every
passenger,
time.
yeah, you always got something for your fucking pussy cup or your
There's
dog
always
shitting, whatever.
something is going on. Yeah.
What would you have said to a passenger who was like if that was somebody else, you'd be like, throw this bitch and her dog out of the plane.
I'd be like, at least
Like,
throw your
open the
dog
door
away.
and-
Like, at least throw your
Flush
dog
that
away.
thing. It's got a powerful flush.
Yeah,
Just suck
it's
that
got
dog
NASA
right out.
suction flushing. That's the other thing. I did not know. In the process of cleaning this shit up, I didn't know you could clog a NASA toilet. Like it's like
Wait, you clogged it? Or
Yes.
the dog did, I imagine?
with
Or-
all these paper
you
towels.
both, you jump in?
Yeah, because you can't. There's no water. You're like,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is dry.
dribbling
It's a
water.
dry
You might as
flush.
well spit in your hand.
Yeah.
Like I was like trying to clean it up with just like hand spit. You know what I mean? And and there's so much shit. And I was like, and then while I'm doing it, I feel Mouse like touch my calf, and I was like, oh, her paws are covered in shit, so this is gonna be now on my clothes. So I look down, and she's like, there's no shit on your calf, but I did poop in the corner. I know you're busy. I shit right here on the floor. So I was like, oh my God. It was really like a nightmare. I had to take off my clothes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had to take off my clothes and I had to put my hoodie in her crate. In her crate. So that, like, because I had to throw out the whole inside of the crate. The whole inside of the crate had
You
to
just
go.
gotta throw the dog out.
So I put my fucking hoodie in, and then I came out of the bathroom and I was like, oh, it looks like I shit myself because I'm wearing different clothes now.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just here to sell my dog and also say that
Why are you late this morning?
and also to say that I overslept. And then when I woke up, I
Wait,
flushed.
literally, what does that have to do with anything?
I know. I overslept.
Did it happen like this morning?
It was just a stressful day. I had to regulate my nervous system. I was really, I was stressed out after being covered in shit on a plane. And then
I thought you meant you got completely naked.
That would be
like because you
hilarious.
didn't want to get your clothes dirty, so
Yeah.
you got completely naked and then folded them and put them in the corner.
No,
And I was
no.
like, what a scene that would
Like,
be for someone to
she's-
accidentally walk on. Just a naked
Naked
person
cleaning
covered in
dog
shit
shit.
with a
I
dog
like
running
cleaning,
around.
just like taking paper towels in an airplane sink and then trying to like wipe everything down. It was such an awful experience. And then when I woke up this morning, I went to go take a piss in my bathroom and I flush it and the whole toilet just starts like just water, like everywhere. I was like, did I piss someone off? What is happening? And I'm late for this already. I called my publicist. I was like, tell them I'm really sorry. My toilet like overflowed. And yeah.
So it was actually at like 12:55. I said, no, I'm sorry, 11:55 because it's supposed to be at 12.
Yeah.
I looked at Kevin. I was like, you know what? I actually really like when guests are late because it means like we're friends now.
Yeah.
Like who gives a shit? Like whatever. Like I don't know. Show up whenever the fuck you want to show up, and we'll talk.
I know. I was like, it's so funny to have my publicist call and tell them that my toilet is overflowing. I thought that was like a funny move.
Your dirty work and lie for you.
Yeah, I was like,
you could have just told us that you're back on the sauce and you're drunk and you slept through your alarm and it has nothing. Instead, you go through dogs in the sky and toilets overflowing.
I was thinking about that this morning because I was like, people get hammered on the road, and I don't. But every time I go, I get fucked up from traveling. Like I get like fucked
traveling just
up.
kicks your ass.
It kicks my ass.
Yeah.
I like can't wake up the next day. I'm just like my voice is gone. I got nodes probably. I don't know. You can stick a camera down my throat. I'm not sure. But like I feel fucked when I get back from the road.
Really?
And, yeah, I really do.
I mean, road life's hard, man. Especially
Yeah.
if you're in like shitty places and bad food.
And I'm just like the
bad
worst
hotels.
at getting the tickets. Like I'll pay attention to when I'm leaving, but when I'm coming back, I'm just like, oh, that's a price I can do. And I never pay attention to like it's 4 a.m, you know, and I'm like sitting at the airport.
Oh, I don't do schedules. Like I don't.
Yeah, me either.
Was it you? Somebody was telling me about this weekend of your travel. No, I think it was Trent. Because Trent's like, you know, very like, we got to get there on time. We gotta do this. And like,
he's like Andy.
His plane was taking off in like 4 minutes, and John was like getting another beer, or that you were like slowly putting in your AirPods, and like you were doing all these little things like, let me stop to tie my shoe, and let me
Yeah.
And there was a whole crew of people watching you, being like, what is it? He's gonna miss the flight.
Yeah, why are
go.
you guys stressing out? I'm fine. I got it.
Yeah,
I know.
Look, if the plane takes off, what's gonna happen? I'll just take another plane.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly. People act like planes are like you're buying a house or something.
like
I'm like,
permanent.
it's fine. You can get the next plane. They're
Right.
basically buses.
They leave. We live in New York City. They leave every 2 hours.
I
to
know.
Get here.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how we still, at least I do. I don't know if you guys have just. I think I need to just let go of this. Like, let me get to the airport 4.5 hours early. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, I think one time there was ever a long enough security line that it kind of got tight.
But
And
then
by
you
tight,
just
I
buy
mean, like-
clear.
and
And
by
like, all
tight,
right, I'll
I
have
mean
clear
like
now,
half
so
an
you
hour
skip it.
too, though. Like I don't think I've ever just missed a flight because I just didn't give the 2 hours. Like what?
Dude, I show up at the airport way fucking early just to do Delta Sky Club. I'm fucking all
Hang
about
out.
Delta
Yeah.
Sky Club.
Well, if you can
Yeah.
do some of the bougie shit, that's like some of the nicer things
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like I could be in my shitty apartment. Well, let me go to some of those lounges and
I took
bars.
my
you know?
sister to Delta Sky Club, and she was acting like it was no big deal. And I was like, you fucking bitch. Like, I was like, you ungrateful little whore. I couldn't believe
This
it.
is the Sky
I was like,
Lounge.
we're in the Sky Lounge, and there's a fucking balcony, okay? And she's like, there's food in bags, Rosie. It's not that nice. And I was just like, fuck you. Like, she was acting like I was trashy for thinking it's nice. And I was like, I hope you die on this plane. Like, I hope that your half of the plane falls off. Okay?
Well, you got some bougie family, right? They come from some means, right?
Yeah, but I've been
they're not
far
impressed by
removed from that for some time now.
Right,
and
so you are good.
Yeah.
They're still like, Delta? Oh, my God.
yeah. They're like, ugh. I feel like she was telling me that I have like Jersey taste now. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow. That's the most disrespectful thing you can say about a human.
yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
fucking rude.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mary Stuart, if you're listening, you weren't named after the Queen of Scots, and stop telling everyone you did. You were.
If we're talking about like fake bougie, this weekend I took a helicopter to Montauk. And
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. I think that's
Did you say
kinda-
that's fake bougie?
I was gonna say, that's pretty real
I
bougie,
got
I
this,
think.
I got this shitty helicopter to go, like, buy some sneakers.
Well, it is.
First of all,
it's Blade.
First of all,
right?
yeah, it's Blade. It's not.
Uber.
It wasn't my own helicopter.
It's still under the.
It's
umbrella
actually
of Uber.
surprisingly
But-
like not that crazy. It's not as expensive as you think it is, and
But okay.
it was like $600.
Okay, wait. When you say it was Blade, what does that mean?
Going down.
I keep lying.
Yeah. How much was it for real?
It was $1,000.
It was $1,000.
I heard 750, and now you told me 600. You're gonna tell us 2 more times. It's the
just
same
keep
cost of the car.
knocking shit off the price.
point of all this is, first of all, in the lounge, there was food in bags, and then a woman comes up to you and she's like, "Would you mind taking a survey?" and she's very well dressed and very well put together, like she was.
She has a
Mary
suit.
Queen of Scots' aide.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you mind if we take a survey? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm just chilling. She's like, okay, so you're out here because you own a home? I was like, no. And she's like, and our helicopter's your primary means of travel? I was like,
Oh,
no.
wow.
She goes,
This is not a survey.
goes,
she is fucking checking to see if you belong
That's
here.
what I mean.
Yeah.
She was just motherfucking
Yeah,
me. She
yeah.
asked if I own how many aircrafts I own.
Oh my god. See,
This
I was
one
like,
for the next
0,
hour.
bitch. I'm on a fucking blade.
How many aircrafts do you own?
Is there anyone alive who owns multiple
I was
aircrafts?
gonna say you
to be
got to
honest-
be big time.
yeah, if I saw you, I'd be like, either he's in tech or he's someone's friend.
Okay, so fuck yeah. Okay, we'll do this
Yeah.
because this is coming out tomorrow, so we'll do the whole thing here, dude. So the flight out there, everyone on the helicopter looked exactly like someone you would think would be on a helicopter to Montauk.
Okay.
And then I was in a XXL Fast and Furious T-shirt with a pair of ripped jeans and New Balances on.
Fucking, honestly, I was picturing slides with socks. I'm kind of proud of you
but
that you
know
wore
what?
full shoes.
I bet as long as you're the opposite of what you should be, I bet those guys were like, he's a fucking baller.
Well, then-
Look at him. He's rolling out of bed and comes on this thing like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he owns
They,
the thing.
like it's actually one of my favorite lines. The guy at Snapchat told us when we had an interview. Like we were there for like a dinner thing, cocktail party thing.
Yeah.
And
You took a helicopter.
and we were like, we were in T-shirts and everyone else was in suits.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish you fucking told us what the goddamn dress code was for this thing. And he goes, dude, in a room full of T-shirts, you want to be the guy in a suit. In a room full of suits, you want to be the guy in a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, an
there's-
excuse to dress like a
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
bum whenever
There's
you
no
want.
way you made that up, but that's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
It's great.
But-
yeah.
It's true. It's totally
But
true.
Wow,
anyway,
my
as we're
pussy
like-
twitched when I heard that. I don't know what that was.
But as we're taking off, I was like, this would be so sick if we crash. Because like, just to watch you guys panic, like, oh, you have things to live for? I'm taking my seatbelt off. Like, let's fucking do it, baby!
Also, it's not a bad way to die. It's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
You know, he was traveling by helicopter to Montauk, and you're like, yeah, bitch.
Well, that's also we get worried here about if you fly with Dave because he goes private everywhere now.
Yeah.
And that plane crashes, you are just an afterthought. You know?
yeah,
you
you're
never
just
want to
the
be
guy
like,
on the plane with Dave.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or you know, you get Death Day cucked like Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson. Nobody
Right.
remembers that Farrah
Right.
Fawcett died that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely
Exactly.
knew that.
You got to be
Yeah.
the most famous person to die on your day, or the most famous person in your party to die.
Right.
Otherwise, you are just a fucking nobody.
I know.
Or the poor people who died on September 11th just from like a heart attack.
Yeah, and
you know?
others.
Yeah,
you know, like
right.
they're
Just
the
like-
others.
Right.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I died. I got in a
Is
car
that-
accident on the Upper West Side. It had nothing to do with anything.
Is
Right.
that Sonny? Like Danny DeVito's brother died in 9/11, and he's like,
oh yeah, no.
he died in a car accident.
Yeah,
What's that?
So fucking sad. So
So
sad.
wait, toilet disaster.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
What do you mean?
Because I had a toilet
Which
disaster
toilet disaster
once.
this morning?
Yes.
I don't know. There's fucking
Yeah, that's true.
towels
You got
all
left.
over my toilet right now as we speak. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna be like, I have to
You
call
probably
someone.
like flooded your fucking down.
I
so
probably
you just
did.
left.
I
You just
probably-
left that situation to come here.
Yeah, no.
Was Andy home?
No.
Oh my god.
Andy hasn't been home in decades. Andy, where are you? I literally, please come home. There's so much shit to be done in the apartment.
He's probably watching this like extend another 2 weeks. Yeah. Book some more clubs. I ain't coming home to
he's-
this shit.
He's
I
just
mean-
doing flips off a cliff again.
He's like, yeah, every time I see him, he's like on swimmingholes.org doing a flip
That
into some
second
fucking
jump where he just jumped. The first one was like a kind of a cool flip. The second one was
The
just
second one was like a Lady Gaga Super Bowl jump where like it was just like, you know what I mean? I was like, what was that? Yeah, that kind of like spider jump. Where I was like, that was a little stiff.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know. I've been waiting to make a joke about that jump for so long. He's like out. He's doing his album in at Punchline to San Francisco. I got my fucking special coming out, and we're both just like we have not seen
you
each other
later.
for 2 months.
And it's been the best
crazy.
2 months of your life. No, you're secretly in love. You know, you're an asshole to
It's
him.
very-
and he
You're
hates you,
secretly
but-
in love with your husband.
First of all, I'm secretly in love with my husband. I don't want to spread the word, but I do. I like him sometimes. But he's like, I also really need Andy in my life. Like,
Yeah.
it's like there's like a everything starts to fall apart. Like I start being late for things. I can't make
You're
flights.
drinking again. Just say it. You're drinking again.
Oh my God,
You're
it looks
back
like
on drugs.
It looks like it. It really does. Like if you were to follow the steps of my life, when Andy's not around, you're like, she's relapsed. She's absolutely fallen apart without him.
Isn't
but
it
the
funny?
truth is, I just
the most
need
annoying fucking women always need their men.
I know. I need like a conservatorship. If Jamie Spears is free,
Swap
I would
Britney out.
I'd
and
like
put
to
you
sign
in.
up. I need someone to run my life.
He won't even notice. Blonde hair, just slide
Truly,
Rosebud in.
I mean, every time I saw everybody's like free Britney, and I was like, yes, free Britney, so that I can sign up because I need someone to run my shit.
Hashtag free Britney. Hashtag imprison Rosebud.
Please. Goddamn. Keith Robinson always says that he wants to fucking put me under a conservatorship, and I'm like, that would be the funniest shit I've ever.
Did you hear Bert talking about it? Like, Bert trying to navigate his way through it without knowing like anything about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think it sounds kind of great. Like, but wait a minute, you can still drink when you're in a conservatorship, right?
Yeah, you can't have fun. But the truth is, I don't have fun. I love to sit in my room and watch TV, and then if you tell me like, hey, you got to do this thing, I'll be like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to be out or like be partying or
heavens no.
No, heavens.
My Lord, my
You
word.
saying heavens?
No way. We're a big heavens show.
Heavens,
Betsy,
no.
heavens, my word.
I was in a conservatorship until recently.
Were you?
Yeah.
It's just called his life, his mom.
Yeah, my mom.
Under who?
My mother.
Your mother?
Yeah. She was in control of all of my stuff.
What do you mean?
Like
how?
I had to ask her for money and stuff. Like,
Really?
Hey, Mom, I need to take a helicopter.
Yeah.
Can you send me
How
some
long
money?
have you had a job where like money was getting sent to your mother's bank account? I need to know how long.
Up until like 2 weeks ago.
First of all, it's still a shared bank account. So it's.
First of all, we haven't gotten a divorce.
It still is.
You need to get emancipated.
Every paycheck that I still currently get, she has.
Really?
Yes. I swear to
Wow.
God. She recently, she had it in a credit union.
And your girlfriend knows about this. And she's just like, yeah, that's fine.
She knows so many things about him, and yet she still continues this relationship.
I
It's
mean,
insanity.
I honestly, I feel the same way about Andy. I'm like, you know everything about me, and you're
still
here.
What's
crazy.
wrong with you? That's
Yeah.
like, I should break up with you because there's clearly something wrong with you that you want to be with me.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, like, you are twisted, sir. But anyway, that's crazy.
It would get put in a credit union in Massachusetts, so like I could. It's not even like I couldn't.
Of course you're from fucking
it.
Massachusetts. I'm such a dumbass. I forgot. That makes perfect sense now. It makes perfect sense.
But she recently gave it all to me.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like, you know what? I'm kind of sick of
Congrats,
running
right?
to the bank every
Yeah.
time you need money.
That's
so
a big
you can
step
have
for
it
you.
all.
Wow.
You can have your money.
I totally get where you're coming from, though, because I
But I was
so
not
hard.
complaining about it at all. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, I feel like you want it. You'd rather continue.
I
this
wish
way.
she didn't give it to me.
Yeah,
I wish she still had it.
I literally was thinking as I was coming over here, I was across the street, got my coffee. There were two people in front of me in line that were like, just, you know, they were a little fucked up. Like, I don't know what was going on with them. They were either on drugs or they were just like disabled. And and I was like, and they were just asking so many questions about the coffee. And I was just thinking, like, I wish death would come. Like, I really, this whole life is so hard. And I just, I was
have
like
a dollar
looking at
on
the
you.
sky. I
Yeah,
didn't
for
say it. I didn't say I would do it. I said I wish
death
it would come.
is pretty.
I'm just saying I wouldn't. I have a whole joke about
same
it right
thing about
now
Andy.
that I'm working on, where I'm like, I'm not suicidal, but I'm not fighting to live.
Yeah,
and
yes.
it's not. It's just a
Yes.
very different thing. Where
I'm
it's like
just
it's,
a pussy. I
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have the balls to do it.
It's
Yeah.
you know what it
If
is. It's the total polar opposite of when you're like, we're not trying to have a kid, but like, you know, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
That's bringing life into the world. This is taking life out. If I
That
get
is-
hit by a car, it happens.
I'm easy.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
gonna like wire I'm not gonna close the garage and turn the car on. I'm not gonna do all that. I can't bring
No.
the toaster into the bathroom.
It's not gonna be a
but-
production, but
if
if
it
I'm
happens, it
if
happens.
I see traffic coming at a certain pace, I'm not gonna walk back too quick. You know, I might just fucking linger.
I think this is a jar.
Yeah.
Jar moment. The toilet. Watch, you added on her. Yeah. We
I'm just
got
putting
change.
5 in.
We've got
It's
change.
gonna
Yeah.
happen a lot. It's gonna happen a lot.
That's like when you're at the bar and you're like, here's a 20. Just keep the drinks coming.
Yeah.
It's your tip for the night. Take
Yeah.
care of me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jar, take care of me.
5 more. I got 4 more left. Okay. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, and I think it happened more during the pandemic, where it was like every day was the same.
Mm-hmm.
The days were going by slow as fuck, and the months were going by like real quickly.
Yeah.
You know. And I was just like, what is the meaning of this? And I would go on the road. I was doing the road during the pandemic, and it was obviously in towns where people were like, yeah, I've never heard of COVID. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I would just start asking the crowds. I was like, why am I here? At just middle of my show. Not funny. Just why are we doing this? Like, please, someone help me understand what the purpose of this is. Because it feels so like, to be like a clown right now, it's like being like a Trader Joe's employee on 9/11. Like, I'm just like, I know I'm supposed to like smile at people, but what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
Yo, thank God this special is done and all that stuff, because you are off the fucking reservation right now.
Yeah.
I think
I'm like,
you
what is happening?
need to go like on a vacation
But see,
or
this
just
is the thing.
chill or
People look at me and they
something.
go like, why are you like this? And I'm like, am I the only one who experienced this shit? Oh, we should all be doing this. But this is the difference between someone who actually doesn't drink and someone who does. Is like, people who drink can change their attitude whenever they want. I just am like in this.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever
Yeah.
mood I'm in, I just gotta like lean into it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, if you because if you drink, you can just go, take the edge off. Also, if you drink
Right.
too much, you at least have an ace in your sleeve. Like, well, if I do give up drinking,
Yeah.
this is just it for you.
No, yeah.
This is as good as it gets.
If I can't make a noon appointment at Barstool, that's and I'm sober, like it's like that's gotta be. I don't know how to explain that to people. I can't explain that to people. I'm like, I called my publicist. I was like,
well, actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, you really can't, because you started with a trip to the fucking California a week earlier.
Yeah.
You could not explain it to us.
No, I really
It
couldn't.
made no sense.
well, it was to give you an idea of like why I was so fucking stressed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
To give you an idea of like what had happened the day before.
It's a miracle you're here.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't just say, I'm drowning in my toilet. I'll see you never. Put my head in there, give myself a swirly till I'm fucking
I
dead.
literally, and then I like ran past the fucking dog daycare place and just threw Mouse in the door and was like, take her.
Drive by.
I don't even know if I'm going to go back, honestly. She might live there now.
I mean, I actually thought I was gonna miss the interview, but at least I took mushrooms and drank whiskey last night.
Wait, you thought
Did
you were
mushrooms
going
last night?
Yeah.
On a motherfucking Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, like there's like chocolates, like not like it wasn't.
Mushrooms are great for a Sunday
Yeah,
activity.
it was
That's
awesome. I
yeah.
watched Stranger Things on
It's
mushrooms.
the Lord's Day and you're getting to know
yeah, a hell of a
God.
night.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, and I woke up at like 8 o'clock, but I was
I
like, I'm gonna
think you
keep laying
gotta
here for a
lean
while.
into this.
What?
Mushrooms.
I take them all the time.
I think you gotta make it your brand. I think if this podcast was just like the fucking weird guy and the mushrooms guy, it would be better. I think we'd have
The
some more.
mushrooms guy
Listen,
now.
Kevin,
panache to
don't
be like-
threaten me
like
with a good time.
we always struggle because we started this show so long ago when what's your podcast? It's just a podcast. Now
Yeah.
everyone we do hockey and we do this and pop culture and sport.
Right.
Everything's specialized and so we don't have a hook.
Yeah.
The mushrooms guy.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I only
Constantly
do
on mushrooms.
shows on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Boy, that's an undertaking.
Stop being a pussy.
Let me tell you something,
like
though.
4 times a week I take mushrooms.
You're just like a guy who's like walking in all the time. This actually this podcast, I love doing mushrooms, but listening to people talk about mushrooms is a fucking nightmare. That's like the worst.
Explaining their experience.
They start to talk
and-
about how like everything is like, it's like talking to a mom. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, if you don't even understand. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Where
right,
you're
right.
like,
I have a fucking brain. Yes, I do. I
yeah,
can get
people
it.
on mushrooms and new moms are the
Yes,
same people.
yeah.
They're literally
What
like,
about
you don't
rescue
understand how
moms?
spiritual
Rescue
the
moms?
experience
like
is.
moms who just rescued a dog. Same thing. Like, look, oh, I don't know if they saved me or
That's
I saved them.
different.
Oh, I
You
hate
think it's
that.
different?
That's
because
different.
you're one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
different.
you said
That's-
that Mouse rescued you?
No, Mouse is
I'm
a
stealing-
fucking
you're not gonna drink
Mouse
this,
is a
right? You're
horse.
good. I'm taking
No,
this.
take it. Mouse is like a Mouse is not a rescue. Like I've had her since she was 8 weeks old. I fucked her up. like it's my
Mouse
fault.
needs
She's an
to be
abused
rescued.
dog.
Yeah, I'm like I fucked Mouse up.
That's
and
why
also,
she's shitting in her crate. Like
She's-
I'm
yeah.
rebelling against this
she's
bitch.
just like, this bitch will take care of it. You know what I mean? She just assumes.
Yeah, can
you
you
know?
do that?
And also Andy was like when Mouse was like 2 pounds, Andy would just throw her in the air and just be like, woo! And I was like, you're fucking her up. Like that's her whole body that you're doing
That's her
that
whole
to.
world. Just
Yeah, I was like, she's terrified.
I went fishing this weekend.
Yeah.
And I put the line in the water for 4 minutes. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is stupid. I'm just going to
Yeah, we are not fishing people.
Yeah, I'm not a fishing guy.
No. Yeah.
But I was watching people catch fish, and then like, and the boat, it was a pretty big boat. And then like, so like they had to get reeled in really far. And then they'd be like, it's not big enough. And then just throw it back.
What an afternoon for that guy.
Does he have any idea what's fucking happening to him? Is he just like, he's like, whoa, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My mouth really fucking hurts.
When I was
back
a kid,
in the ocean.
My dad is really into fishing and like any sort of endangered fish, you know. And
I feel like your dad probably like has hunted humans.
it's always like, dude, every time I call my dad, he's doing some fucking Republican activity. He's just like, yeah, we were shooting warthogs out of the sky today in a helicopter. And I'll be like, what? That's a little fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you guys seem to have the advantage there. And he literally said to me, he goes, they're too smart. He goes, you got to get rid of them. They're too smart. What? And I was like, I don't even know what that means. But that's horrifying.
Eradicate them.
Yeah, he's like, we got to get rid of them. They're all over the place, and it's fine. They can't.
No,
feel it.
I know. We learned about that because we have.
Sydney
just did that. We have like a Barstool Outdoors chapter where this girl does any sort of outdoors hunting, whatever, and there's just tons of them, and they like fuck up the crops. So they're just very quick to be like they've painted these feral hogs as if they are the army of Satan.
Right.
That we must eradicate
Yeah.
them. It's like, okay, I don't doubt you, but also you just love flying in helicopters and lighting these things up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no.
You're not doing the service. You just like to play video games.
And I'll be honest with you, I mean, it's fun. Like,
Have you done it?
Like my dad, no, but my dad knows how to have fucking fun. Like I will say that. Like we don't get along all the time, but when I go visit him, like he's always just like, you guys want to go shoot? You know what I mean? And we'll just go.
Sure.
Fucking. There's just a range where he lives, and we just go shoot those fucking clay pigeons.
Yeah. Are you
out
good
of
at
the sky.
that?
I'm okay. I'm not like. I first learned to shoot a gun when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, because I went to fucking Christian camp in Texas, and that's like what you did. It was like we'd go to church and then go shoot.
Christian camp in
Yes,
Texas? Like,
yes.
All right, now
the
it's
Father,
gun
Son,
time.
Holy Spirit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They'd have you dressed in all white with like charm bracelets, and then you'd go off to riflery and just target practice as an 8-year-old girl.
Sounds like you were like a militant jihadist.
I know.
Well, you know what? It's not too far from
No,
it,
it's
man.
not at all.
It's not that
You say
different.
your Bible and you shoot your shit. It's like the same
Exactly.
thing. Like, just fucking fire
I
in the
know.
air.
That's why I feel bad for like mass shooters that like do the fucking
Interview's over. See ya.
Stop right there.
they do the fucking manifesto and then they won't call them terrorists, but I'm like, they did the work. Like they
give
did
them the credit.
homework.
Give them the
You know what I
fucking
mean?
credit.
I'm like, you won't call them that because they're white, but like if you look at what they're doing, they've really done a lot of work. And if I was them, I'd be like, they won't even fucking call me a terrorist. You know, it's just like anyway.
Call me a good family man who just had a bad day. Like, you seen that guy who just recently killed his kids in California?
No.
And
Wait,
he killed
which guy?
He's like a surfing instructor who like killed his 2 children.
He was a
Where did he
QAnon
live in
nut.
California?
Probably mozzarella sticks.
San Diego, yeah.
Really?
No,
Was it-
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Can we find out?
He was a QAnon nut who said he thought they were going to grow up to be monsters.
Yeah, they had demons spawn and then whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like every article that's been tweeted about this family is just them like on vacation.
Sunset
And
picture.
it's just
sitting on his
it's like-
lap.
It's like he brutally murdered his 2 toddlers and
Yeah.
and wife.
No, I think it was just the kids.
No, it's just a kid.
But I think it's good to show that QAnon people look like that. That they're like,
they're
they
totally
look like my hairdresser joined QAnon.
No
And-
way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is okay. You're
Yeah.
a living, breathing ATI question.
Yeah.
So what did you? First of all, do you like her as a hairdresser?
She was great.
Okay.
She
So
was
every
great.
time you walk out of there, your hair is like on point. You
Yeah,
like it?
she was
So
my hairdresser for 5 years.
Why are you saying was? Are you done now because she's a QAnon nut? Would
no.
that stop you?
Listen,
Did that stop you?
I agreed for about 3 months. I was like, I just played the game.
Really?
While she had the scissors.
So that was kind of that was the other question. Is like a lot of people follow up like, well, do I have to participate? Can I just sit there while they ramble?
At first, you don't know what's happening. At first, they start saying things that make a lot of sense. They start going, you really have to. This is what they say. They go, you got to start doing your own research. And now, when I hear that question, I go,
oh, you're crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at first, I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you're like, oh, this bitch is in QAnon. You know what I mean? They start going like, I read this article, and then they show you the article, and it's a meme. You're like, that's not an article. And then so I was putting the pieces together, and then as I was realizing it, I was like, if I call her on this shit. I don't want to upset her nervous system because she does have a pair of scissors and these are my bangs. So I was like, yeah, you're making a lot of good points. Absolutely. I
Totally.
sold
Reptilian
myself
overlord.
out.
Yes, absolutely.
I do the same thing. Like I think there was someone said something racist on a talk show recently. I guess that's what people do.
Yeah.
And people got mad because like the host laughed. But that's what I do.
Yeah,
Like,
you just kind of in that setting.
I'm like, yeah. And then you kind of
Yeah.
keep it moving. But like you could say anything you wanted to me, and I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even hesitate.
The man has such little conviction about anything.
Dude,
it's
I'm the same way.
staggering.
I was the same
I
way.
don't think you are.
During the
Not
pandemic,
like
I
this,
was.
man. Not
During
like
the
this guy.
pandemic, I absolutely was. I would meet up
Anything
with
and everything
people.
flies.
If I met somebody and they were like, "Oh, I haven't seen anybody in months," I'd be like, "Yeah, me too." I'm like, "This is crazy." And then I'd meet somebody who was like, "You can't wear a mask all the time," and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's crazy." I just fully had no spine at all when it came to that
it's
shit.
It's mirroring. Like I'm like, look, I want you to like me. I'm just gonna do what you want me to do.
100% just like people pleasing the fuck out of everyone and having no spine and
Dude,
trying to survive in a world where if you don't have a hard opinion on something, you're just like a no one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's the weirdest thing because I do think that most people fall somewhere on the line of like between this extreme and this one.
Yeah, of course.
But like we're not the loud ones. Right. So we just have to like fully like play the game between the two like crazy people in the family. And that's really what it is. It's like if you ever grew up in a family where people fought all the time, which if you're from my family,
Clearly.
it was like pure chaos. You just learned how to fucking play the game. It was like a political game.
Yeah,
you know.
It's and you decide which side of the room is stronger, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go with these guys, and then a few people leave, and you're like, actually, you know what, no, I'm with these guys now.
Make a really good point too. It's like it's the curse of being able to comprehend two opposing views, right? Yeah. And people just don't have that anymore, or like won't use it. They just shut off that part of their brain.
We're it's not that we're pussies, it's that we're smarter.
Honestly, I do think that's true.
I also agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who's like, this is how we did. I'm just like, all right, well, either you're just creating a character for yourself or you're just fucking stupid.
But also, I am a pussy. Like,
yeah.
I
very well documented.
I just because the interview we were gonna do earlier today, she was really late because of made up stuff. So I ended up having
what kind of bitch is late for made up shit? That's crazy.
So I had some time to kill because Kevin had to do something in here, so I gave him the room and I left. And I just went across the street to the bar, and I had a beer, had some lunch, and this woman came and sat down next to me, and she sat there for a few minutes quietly, and then just goes, "Hey, you know, my boyfriend just left me hanging. Would you mind grabbing me a drink?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever you want. Yeah, okay, grab me a drink." She goes, "And maybe a little bit of food?" And I was like, "Okay, what do you want?" And she goes, "A cheeseburger, and also some fries." And I was like, well, of course. I mean, that's not crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to get the fries with it.
Feits calls his mom. He's like, hey, can you transfer $20?
and then I just thought it was like a random, like I believe like her boyfriend left her, stole her purse, whatever.
Okay,
I don't know.
I would never in my life believe that shit. But yeah, go ahead.
And as she gets up to go to the bathroom, the bartender comes over and she goes, that was really nice of you. Like, usually I kick those people out, but like it looks like she really needs it. And I was like, what do you mean those people? And she goes, oh, that's a prostitute. And I was like, never for a second did that cross my mind.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. I was gonna buy it for her no matter what it was because I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
But
that girl was probably thinking like, I gotta fucking jerk this guy off in the bathroom now. And then he just got up and left, and she was like, there is such a thing as a free lunch. It's true.
I got up and left exceptionally fast because I found out she was a prostitute. I was like, oh, she might try to touch my dick. Fuck this. And guess what? It would be too much of a pussy to say no to that one, too. But fine, I'll fuck you. So, how much?
Jerk somebody off for French fries is just not enough. I'm sorry. I don't know what the going rate is here. But
fries is not it, though.
Fucking French fries? Absolutely not.
And how about this? What do you think she got for a drink? I thought this was a wild order for a prostitute.
Well,
wait, what time was it?
It was
like 11 a.m.?
Like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I'm going to think...
Chardonnay?
Fucking close. You're in the right liquor or the right alcohol.
I was going to say, I think wine makes sense.
It was
no?
Merlot.
Merlot's a little weird. Merlot with a cheeseburger and fries is a little bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Merlot is a
But
dinner
you know what that
wine.
is? That's like probably her favorite wine, and she can't believe that this sucker just agreed to doing this. So she was like, "Let me cash in."
Yeah.
We cashed in on a Merlot at an Irish bar. Like,
Listen,
I'm sure,
for her, that's
sure
a
it was
time.
a great $12 bottle.
For
She's
her
probably
brother.
walking around the rest of the day just with fucking red wine teeth, and that's
Yep.
unfortunate for
Yep.
her. I'm like, I just started thinking, like, why are you doing that this early? I hope
She won't,
got a
I
fucking
bet she
toothbrush.
doesn't have red wine teeth for long.
Yeah. She'll wash it out.
So wait, do you think that you're probably flooding your bathroom right now as we speak?
Listen.
Like, were you one of these like, I'm just gonna leave this situation and
I
hope that it goes away?
This is
because
what I
it
did. I
doesn't do
took the top of the toilet off.
Uh-huh.
I like pulled the chain. That made it worse. So I stopped, and then
Is this
I just-
overflowing or?
yeah, it was
okay.
just water. It was like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
overflowing with water, and so I just shoved towels around the bottom of it, and I was like, I have to leave this, and then just
Oh my God.
started putting on makeup. And I was like, I cannot
Like,
deal
that
with
is
this.
that is such a like, it's the symbolism of life there, where it's just
Yeah.
like, this is a catastrophe,
Right.
And
This
I'm just
is
going to choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like a little
outside
girl
of my
swinging
realm of
with the
control.
fire behind her, you know? Yeah.
There's so many situations in my life like that where I'm just like, okay, this has to be left to God, and I have to go forward
Yeah.
with the rest of my day.
Yes.
Like-
yeah, truly, it's in God's hands.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, it's just disaster after disaster,
Yeah.
and that's what it feels like. Like I never have like a small disaster. It's always like it always happens big. You know what I mean? It's like my dog shits in the crate. I'm cleaning up, and while I'm cleaning up, she shits on the floor, and then I get. It's just there's so much shit that happens like that. You know, where it's never like a small thing where I get to just move on. It's always just like I have to show up and be like, my whole life's in pieces. And people are like, that's not an excuse. And I'm like, yeah, but if I told you the whole story, you'd shoot yourself. You know?
It also is an excuse.
Yeah.
It's an excuse. Everything, I think every excuse is an excuse. I think everything is fair. Like when people,
Say again?
every excuse is an excuse. I think it's like, everything's fair.
It's really
Like,
deep.
yeah.
That's fucking deep right there.
It's mushrooms talking.
Yeah.
Do you
But,
remember
like-
that?
Like when people used to get like in fights, they'd be like, "Sorry, I was drunk." Like that's not an excuse. Like, it's an excuse.
It's my reason. Yeah.
When
There's
when
a
you're
reason
throwing
why
whiskey
something's
fists,
happening.
That's a fair excuse.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Sorry, I was shit faced.
Right.
That's, like, that's,
or it's
Yeah.
not, maybe it doesn't like let you off the hook, but it's like there's a reason why this happened. I wasn't just doing it for fun. Like,
Right.
Right.
Something
I'm not
caused
saying,
this.
like I should get to murder if I had a few beers, but
Yeah.
it explains things.
Right.
Like,
That's it. Again, it's not like you don't have to forgive me for it or something, but like let me.
But you
tell
probably
what
fucking
happened.
should.
Well, in some cases,
This
sure.
is why
but
the whole excuse is an excuse thing is why you pay for a prostitute's lunch without asking any questions as well. You're like, oh, her boyfriend stood her up. Okay. An excuse is an excuse.
how about I've been telling everybody this. I think this is my new litmus test for absolutely batshit crazy.
Okay.
Somebody came up to him and said, "I like your sneakers," and he gave them to him. Took them off of his feet, and they traded sneakers.
You gave him.
They traded shoes on the spot. A stranger.
And they're very nice sneakers.
Wait, his sneakers were nice?
No,
John's were nice
Why did you trade?
because he needed to walk out of there with. He couldn't walk out of there barefoot.
Yeah, he
Hold
said
on
he
a
was-
second. What?
Right?
Why?
Is that not like the
Who's
craziest
the Wait,
behavior
who
you've
is
ever
this
heard?
guy?
Don't know, some guy in Detroit.
It was like at a fan of. It was like a Barstool event. A fan came up to him. It was
Oh,
like
it was a
nice
fan.
shoes, man.
I don't think this guy was a fan. No, we were just
it
in a
was
bar.
at- Oh, really?
We were in a bar in Detroit. It was like it was near.
I can't
So
believe.
it was a
I thought it was a
perfect
fan
stranger.
because I was like, this man is so obsessed with just like pleasing people as in whatever way possible that I thought it was a fan.
He
And
might
like,
have been a fan. It was,
Okay, well, let me say this about Barstool fans though. They're very. There's something about Barstool fans where they tug at your heartstrings a little bit. Like there was a guy that listens to your guys' podcast that came to see me at the DC Improv like a couple months ago, and I ran into him right before the show, and I had to like let Mouse piss because otherwise she was gonna piss in the green room, and I was like, he was like, can we get a picture together? I was like, yeah, definitely, but like, can we do it right after the show? And I never came out after the show. I forgot, and I've thought about it for 2 months since. That's never happened. That's never happened before. Where I was like, oh fuck, I didn't get it. Like, there's something about Barstool fans where you're like, I want to help you. I want to fucking
rescue.
I want to make your day better. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not a diss.
I guess I don't know, but as long as you feel that way,
It's not a diss at all. It's like they're just like so supportive that you're like, I love you. You know what I mean?
that makes.
we're talking about Barstool Sports.
Yeah. They're supportive as fuck.
They're supportive, but
For
they
you,
also,
maybe.
they also hate you.
Well,
every podcast has its own, you know, like there's a fucking rebel crew or whatever that just like
somebody else just
They're
said this
rooting for your
recently
success,
too,
but
though.
they're also somehow simultaneously rooting for your failure.
Yeah. That's,
Well,
I think
it's no, it's like like I like Rosebud because I heard her on that podcast that I fucking trash and hate all the time.
Yeah,
but I'll
yeah.
be super nice to her.
Yeah.
It's like you know, you become friends with someone who you introduce and then they become friends. And it's like, no, wait a minute, fuck you guys.
Right. You're like,
that's this
I was the
bullshit.
one
Where's
that-
my support?
I know. Same with my podcast. It's like people they've chosen to, because me and Andy are constantly battling, they're always choosing a side. And so whenever they pick Andy's side, they're coming after me. And I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm the one who started this bit, you know? Like, so there's a thing where you have like your podcast listeners are more like family than they are like fans.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
absolutely. That's really what it is. It's like you'll be polite to like strangers, and then you're like, "Fuck you" to your family members.
Yeah.
But it's like those are the people you should be like hugging and being nice to.
Yeah. There's love there, but anywhere there's love, there's just simmering hatred. Yeah.
Pure disdain.
Yeah, pure absolute disdain.
I really can't stop thinking about just this toilet and how much of a disaster you're going to be walking home to.
I truly,
It's like like you left the oven on. It's gonna be like inflamed.
Just
you know?
sell it. Put it
I
on
might
Zillow
not
right
go
now.
home. I might just walk into the Hudson. I might just.
$3
It's
left.
over. Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, I keep looking at this fucking astronaut on the wall. I'm like, God, it
Blast me
seems
into outer
peaceful
space.
up there.
Yeah. You need to get on one of those Bezos flights and be like, just let me go.
I know.
Just blast me out of this
know.
like little hatch or some shit.
How did you guys feel about the Bezos thing, about him going to outer space? There's a lot of people were mad about that.
I don't care one way or the other, but I think I liken it to like study abroad kids who say they lived in France. It's
Right.
like, well, you didn't really live there.
Yeah.
So like you went to France and you did it for a little bit longer than most people did. You didn't go to space. You went a little higher than most people do.
Right.
It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but I also think it's kind
'Cause he
of
didn't breach
crazy
the
that we
atmosphere,
are.
right?
They went up. They were weightless for 4 minutes.
No. I think was it that long? I thought it was even
like
less
3 or
than
4
that.
minutes. Yeah,
But like
it was like 11 minutes total, and 3 or 4
Yeah.
minutes were like actually.
went on a
with
ride.
No gravity.
Right.
He went on a
but
little
like,
ride.
and I get that, but the fact that we're kind of discounting that, like this dude just was like, I'm gonna build a spaceship on my own and go to space. Like NASA wasn't doing that. That wasn't the government.
Yeah.
That was just a dude who was like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also a week late. Branson did it first.
I know,
bitch.
but you know what? Like, it does. Like, nobody's talking about Branson.
He's Australian.
Yeah, and he's
Also,
and
he
he's
did it
kinda
himself.
The OG of this shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why he doesn't get as much love, but it's Bezos, and then when Elon Musk does, you know, whatever, he'll supersede Bezos, you know. It's
Right.
a pecking order to this shit. But
Yeah, there's something about it that, like, I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But it makes me think about, like, the whole, I was just like, everybody's so fucking mad about this because for the same reason that when I see, like, a billionaire teenager on a private jet talking about imposter syndrome, I'm like, you know, where they're like, sometimes I feel like I don't deserve all this success. And I'm like, yeah, you don't.
the reason you feel
don't.
that is because you don't.
Yeah. I get so fucking mad, and
Yeah.
it's jealousy. It's
Yeah,
like no one
yeah,
will just
absolutely.
be like, "I'm fucking jealous."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what I say all the time about like the TikTokers and shit. I'm like, you openly have way more followers and way more money
Yeah.
and you know a brighter future, and I hate that.
Well, I wouldn't
because
say
it's not
brighter
me.
because
Nope,
the more
nope.
money
Well,
you give to
yeah.
a child, the
Yeah.
more fucked up their life's going to be.
Yes, that is true.
So-
But I also don't like the fact that like they can just like go to Netflix and be like, I want to do a special because I can like dance on TikTok, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, sure. So there's opportunities and shit. But yeah, we always say that you're gonna wrap your car around a tree going 160 soon.
Yeah.
And that will be the final like, haha.
Who's
Yeah.
gonna have the last laugh?
Yeah.
Right.
This guy right
Well, but also it's like, you know, like, really? Are you going to laugh while you live out your mediocre life? We talk about the sweet release of death. They got it. They got it, you know?
I know. Let's not forget we have a
Suicide jar.
to put money in every time we talk about killing ourselves. So that's where we're
While
at.
they're burning alive, they get the last laugh.
Yeah.
My life is in 4th gear of sadness. Theirs is in 5th gear of wrapped around a tree.
Dude, I was thinking about this because you know the that building in Miami that collapsed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I knew somebody who lived in that building
Holy
who went
shit.
to acting school with me, and I hadn't talked to her in years. And it was like she was the wife of a very prominent politician. And when I read this, my first thought was, holy fucking shit, she's like gone, right? And then the second thought was, and she still did better than me. I was like, this bitch. How'd she meet a fucking politician? Like, that was my second thought. I was just like, how the fuck? God damn.
She's looking over at Andy. She's looking at her life. The fuck is this?
I was just like, I'm jealous of a dead woman right now. I was like, why am I doing? What the fuck is wrong with me?
True.
Now, did she
honesty
actually
with
die?
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she died.
I was like, yeah, she's gone.
Oh, she's gone.
She's gone. She's gone. She's fully gone.
I thought you were gonna be like. It turns out she was on vacation in California. No. She dead. She's
she
dead.
got wiped away.
She's gone.
Got wiped away.
And her husband made more money than mine. I mean, honestly, she's gonna have a better funeral than me. She is. She was beautiful too. She was like one of these like just insanely hot women. Like like when we were in acting school, I was like, this bitch is gonna take off. She's gonna do great. And she did even better. She married a politician. That's the way to go. If you're in acting school now, if you're listening, if you're just like, I want to be an actress, don't do it. Just find someone with a shitload of cash.
Yeah.
And just live out your dreams until a building falls on you. I don't know what to tell you.
She really tore it down.
You know,
She really.
you know, the problem with new money is they don't check the structure.
They don't do their inspections.
Yeah, they don't do their
really-
inspections very well.
Oh boy, this is morbidly dark.
I know it's fucked up.
The problem
I'm
with
so
new
sorry.
money is that
I've said some things today. I didn't have a second to like just be like, this is okay to say and this isn't.
Yeah.
I did say
I'm
feel
very much
bad for
looking to
mass
answer the
shooters,
internet.
didn't I? That's
Yeah, that was
I'm
the
so
beginning of
sorry
the
about
interview.
that. I
Yes.
want to retract that right now. There's a better way to say that to set that up. But here we are.
When's the special? It's
The
this
special comes out on
so
Wednesday.
tomorrow, and by the
Yeah.
time you're listening to this,
Yeah.
and I hope it's bringing the energy that this is right here. I hope it's bringing the most erratic. Like, if you have anxiety and you're listening to this right now, you're probably like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And I hope the special is the same fucking way.
Let me tell you something. The special is they picked a like they were like, you got to pick a joke to do this to put out as like a trailer, and so every joke that I suggested, they were like, we would suggest not using that as the trailer.
And this is who?
This is Comedy Central.
Okay.
And well, it was my manager, but then I'm pretty sure he was talking to them. You know what I mean? It was one of those situations where I was like, somebody else is on the other line, you know?
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, maybe don't do that one. Maybe don't put that out. So they picked a joke that, even though I like the joke, I put it in the special. It's such a it's kind of alienating to like men that are listening. You know what I mean? Because it's this whole joke about how like somebody explained to me
the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Oh, fuck
and it was like
that. If you're
and it was like one of those things where no, but I kind of get it was like the caption that they put it out with was like, it may surprise men that women know things. And I was like, ew, I would never talk like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? First of all, it's not 2001. Second, like it's such a sassy like men and women are different.
Yeah,
like I'm
right,
just
right,
like
right.
that's not how my jokes have
Shampooing
more.
the dog is so funny.
Yeah. I'm like, there's stuff in there that I feel like everybody would like, and
Yeah.
and so I kind of am like trying to let people know that's not the way to. I even shared the fucking caption and was like, this caption's bullshit.
Yeah, good.
but-
So if you wanted to, could you have said like, I'm going with a different video? Like, or you like you have to play ball with
no,
the way
I
they
could
want to
have.
right
I
now?
just like. Here's the thing. I don't have the spine or the wherewithal to like do it, to like go to battle. Like there's so much, like every person that I know who's like fighting for jokes, they're like, they're just jokes. And I'm like,
yeah.
are you hearing yourself? Because like,
Yeah,
that also applies to you. You know what I mean?
right.
If you
You're
feel
getting
like,
all fucking riled up too.
yeah,
you
I'm
know?
like, if they're just
It's
jokes,
an equal but opposite
then
reaction.
fucking relax.
Yes, I agree.
You know?
I agree. The comedy world, I think Whitney Cummings has been beating the drum the loudest, being like, we're, meaning comics, keeping the cancel culture shit alive by constantly talking about it or being dramatic about it or fighting the fight and winning the war. And it's like, you're just as annoying as they are. You're just saying the opposite shit.
Yeah,
like,
and sometimes it's people's bread and butter. Like, it's the way they get their fans in a fucking, you know what I mean? And then their fans make the most noise. And it's like, I see it works, right? But it's like, we can't. That's the Trump model. You're just copying Trump.
For sure.
That's what you're doing.
Right,
and
but honestly, it works.
It works.
Which is annoying, but you know.
100% works, and if that's what you want your life to be, great. But
it works at what cost? Where like every day is like just like dragging
a fight,
but like not even like a fight, but it's like you have to. I think about it with like listening to like talk radio sometimes, like sports talk radio.
Yeah.
Where I'm like in Boston, they got mad about Brady not wearing his Patriot rings to the Buccaneers ring ceremony.
Right.
And I'm like,
you're
gonna yell about this for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and you're gonna go home and try and be happy?
Right.
There's no fucking chance. It's exhausting to try and think of even that spin zone that you're angry that a guy didn't wear rings to a ring ceremony.
Right. First of all, what are you, his fucking wife? Like, relax. like
why would he wear Patriot rings to a Buccaneer ring? It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I was like, it just sounds like such an exhausting life. Getting mad finding something to get mad at every day.
I think it was somebody told me that 7% or like 70% of political tweets are actually created by like 7% of Twitter. And that's like, that kind of blew my fucking mind because I was like, oh my God, they're so fucking loud. Because when I go on Twitter.
Twitter's a much smaller subset of like the world in general. And then those people are a small subset of that. It's like, oh, it's just like 62 people.
Yeah, you think this massive fucking drama is happening, and then you get out in the world and people have no idea what the fuck you're talking
every
about.
now and I get myself in Twitter shit a lot, and then I'll like call him when I really think I've stepped in it, and I'm like, do I have to like apologize or delete or whatever? I'll like call him, and he'll be like, oh, I didn't even. I'll just launch into like my apology or whatever, you know, whatever, and he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, good. Like this is just like my little timeline and my little bubble, and like you need to remind yourself that it's not happening.
When I was like
for
a kid,
else.
I'll never forget. First of all, this isn't advice that you want from your mother, but when I would be freaking out that somebody was mad at me, my mom would always say this. She'd always go, "Nobody's thinking about you."
Yeah.
And like, I'd be like,
It's
okay,
true.
coming
You're
from
not
you,
special.
hurtful, but
not even me.
Yeah,
not
like,
even me or your father.
The fuck? You know, nobody's thinking about you, Rosebud. I'd be like,
true though.
It's true. Like nobody's fucking thinking about you, and like, who do you think you are? That like everybody, you have to make a fucking public apology to the world. It's crazy.
Like
it's
like
the
an
high school
iPhone
cafeteria.
notes thing, you know?
Right.
Like it's the high school cafeteria.
When you kind of panic walking in, like everyone's gonna see me. Where the fuck should I sit? And like no one even noticed you walked in the room, man.
Yeah.
If your building collapsed today, nobody would even know.
Right. No. Yeah.
I did it yesterday.
Because you didn't marry a politician.
Yeah. I did it yesterday at the airport where I was like, it's a very, very small airport, obviously, and there were probably like 7 employees, and I had to take a dump. And I was like, they're gonna fucking know. Like, they're gonna know I'm a human being who
has excrement in his body.
This is gonna be so embarrassing. But like, I have to before I get on the flight. But like, I really don't want them to know that I poop.
That's one of the weirdest things that we do.
You don't shit in public? Is that what the
I don't usually. I don't if I can avoid it.
Sounds like you're coming around on it, the idea,
but in emergencies, sure.
Yeah.
I didn't plan it.
I don't either. I literally can't. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The first character.
Well, John also shits like 3 times a month.
Yeah.
So,
really?
Yeah. I like never shit.
Dude, same. Bizarre. I'm like, something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
But also, like,
something's wrong with me.
Sounds better coming from you than it does from him. Because with him, I'm like, I think your body needs to shit, dude. Like, I've seen what you put in there on a daily basis, and it's got to get out.
Yeah.
It's just sugar, candy, and sugar liquor. And
that's why. I think that's why. It's because both of us eat like we're at a child's birthday party. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking steel trap in there. Like, I have girlfriends that are like, yeah, I just like I want to make sure that I'm keeping everything balanced, like my alkaline levels are, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Probiotics to make sure that the pH balance. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What's a Swedish fish and a bag of Doritos have? Like, how's that?
Yeah,
that's my alkaline level of that.
Right. I'm just like, I think if you just looked in there, it would just be like iPhones. It's like a shark's stomach. You know what I mean? There's like fucking
the license plate.
Yeah, there's just like
a shoe.
There's a fucking hook. I don't know what's in there, but it's not good.
Dude, yesterday I was eating Mexican food, and a bunch of it landed on my phone, and I looked at it, and I knew I had dropped my phone on the floor of that very airport bathroom, and I still went.
No! Oh my God!
I wasn't gonna tell anyone that.
You probably should have kept that one in the holster.
That's worse than what I said about mass shooters. That's worse. That's bad.
It was just chicken. It's a nice clump of chicken and rice, and I was like, I don't have a napkin around, and I want to use my phone more.
They say that your phone, even if you don't directly drop it on a fucking bathroom floor, they say your phone like collects all of the germs in the whole world.
Yeah.
Like you were just sucking on the last like 3 months of germs in your life.
Yeah, it's
In
crazy.
that defense, it's a fairly new phone.
Oh,
got
okay, you're good then.
I got it probably within the last month.
My phone's so fucked. Mike Cannon threw me in a pool like 2 weeks ago.
You know what? I think if you throw people in a pool this day and age, you're an asshole. Fucking Mike Cannon, you're a fucking asshole.
He threw
There's
me
just
in a
too
pool.
much to lose these days.
It was
you
crazy.
know?
I like held my phone up, like the first thing that came
Save
out
the baby!
was I held the phone up and I was like, fuck, and like I knew that I was gonna have to promote the special and shit coming up, and I was like, this is so fucked, right?
Yeah.
And then the phone started working, but because it's cracked, like water got in, and it was too late for me to like get money from him. You know what I mean? I was just like, I can't ask him for money now. So I know I bought a phone, but I don't know where I bought it. And I was checking through my emails last night, and I was like, I don't even know where I bought this new phone from, and I could have just given like $500 to somebody. I don't know. I don't know where it's supposed to be at my house now.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, like what?
Didn't you just buy it from like Apple?
I thought I
Or
did, but I checked
Verizon
my
or-
Apple receipts and it's not there. So I probably just gave somebody money. This is what I'm
Did you try to buy it on
saying.
Craigslist or something?
Yeah, like what
I think I might have bought it through AT&T or through I don't know.
You should just go to the Apple store because you got a great. They just give you the phones for free.
It's crazy. They just roll it into your monthly, so you eventually pay for it. But
That's
they will
what
just
I
give
thought
you that
I
shit
did.
for free.
But
It's
I don't
like, it's
know.
like, we're gonna charge you extra $15 a month for the next 2 years. Like, yeah, all right, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
it's
a free
bad.
phone.
Pretty
It's
brilliant.
really bad. I don't know where the fuck the phone is. I mean, I for sure like probably gave somebody money.
You need a
in Russia.
conservatorship.
Yeah.
You really do need a
I do.
conservatorship.
I really do. This is what I'm talking about. I need someone to help me.
But you know, it does. I think it does provide some great material for your life. So
Just that everything's
Like,
fucking
thank
falling apart all the
God,
time.
you are a comic.
I know.
Because if this was your life and you were just like, I work in like
Finance.
I work in PR.
No, there's no
I do
possible
like data
way.
entry. It's
This
like,
is the thing. This is why comics get so upset about like things falling apart for them, like about like TikTokers getting specials. It's like this is the only choice that we have. There's nowhere else we can go. You understand? You are fucking throwing orphans on the street. Like every time Netflix gives a special to a TikToker, an orphan goes hungry. That's how you have to think about it. We're fucked. We can't survive outside of this.
If you had to do something else, like what else would you have done?
yeah, what was there a
I
plan
always
B?
think about this constantly. I think about it because trust me, if there was anything else, I would do it. I really would. And I thought about like maybe interior design because I love that shit.
Yeah, you were tweeting about or Instagram about that
Yeah,
recently.
I love interior design. It's my favorite thing. I love to like. It's kind of like joke writing because it's a balance of left and right brain. You're designing something, but there's rules around it, and everything has to kind of. There's a weird thing that has to happen for everything to come together. Like so, I look at it like that, but I can't do it because you'd have to like, I don't know, talk to people. And get along with them, and then they'd have.
I also feel like
they'd
that's-
have to trust you with their money, which is a whole other thing.
I think they also, it's very like, unless they just like, trust you and like go do it. But I feel like it's a lot of suggestions.
Yeah.
And if people were to not agree with you, I feel like
Right.
you'd be like, well then fuck you, design it yourself.
100%.
Like this is the right way to do it. I know what I'm talking about. You don't, and you disagree with me. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's like
And that's not
it's
exactly
like
gonna
inviting
build a
the
good
audience
clientele.
in to speak to talk back at your jokes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. I tell the jokes here. You shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
have the impulse control
Right.
to like be somebody that has to like build a clientele.
No.
You know,
no, not at all.
like this is a very strange business where we are rewarded for all of the shitty parts of our personality.
Yes.
And there's nowhere else that works.
Right.
Like this is it.
I mean, and as much as you're saying like that's like we put all our eggs in this basket, so it has to work.
Yeah.
It's also kind of comforting where it's like
Yeah.
when shit goes wrong, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got that podcast done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, especially with like, still being a sports fan is the worst thing about my personality. I hate it so much. I wish I could just let go of it.
Why?
Because it's stupid and pointless, and it's bad for my mental health. And it's stupid. It's like I care so greatly about like these guys running around the field.
Right.
It's so dumb. But at least I can like, when the Mets are really bad and the Jets are really bad, I like make these dumb T-shirts and I can cash in on things and I can like I can go on this rant that might go viral. But if you're just a regular fucking guy with you're not capitalizing on it in any way, it's like then what? You're just fucking miserable.
Casually stand by the water cooler at the office the next day,
just motherfucking everything,
hoping to see someone you could rant to.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Right.
If you did
That's all you
Minuteman
got.
at like a regular office, if you were just a guy who was saying this to somebody at their cubicle, they'd be like, someone put him in a hospital.
Yes.
Someone.
Yes.
You know
These are the ramblings of an insane man.
Yeah, they'd be like, I think he did a line before he got to work today, and he's off the rails. Like, it's bad. Speaking of which, the coffee is like fucking really...
that was exaggerated, right?
No,
Okay, but that's not good though.
It's not good.
Yeah, that is some humming.
Yeah. Anyway, also my hands are white because all of the blood.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
He's just covered in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a problem.
Are you ready for the special? You proud of it? You ready to I feel like this is probably.
I'm proud of it. I guess as proud of.
There's an endorsement.
As proud
Go
of,
watch it.
Listen,
maybe.
I'm as proud of it as I can be about something I made. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I
just wish. We all need to have like an agreement here. I guess that's kind of what you're doing by coming on shows like this. It's like I will hype the fuck out of someone else's work.
Yeah.
That I know they worked hard for and they did it. And I'll tell go watch this guy's thing. Go look at her special. Whatever. Like a video that someone makes here. Anything.
Right.
I just will never do it for myself. So let's all fucking agree. Like I'll do it for you, and when it comes time, you do it for me.
That's why I'm here. I mean, listen, I am proud of it. Like the jokes, I'm proud of the jokes. I'm proud of the fact that I even got it done, considering all the shit that was going on while we did it. And I'm proud of it for the fact that like that was 9 years, I think, of work that I was like, if I hang on to these jokes after this pandemic, it's good. They're all gonna feel
9
dead.
years?
Yeah, it was like 9 years of.
So this is a big time like culmination.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's impressive. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's also pretty nerve wracking.
Yeah, it's
like
very nerve-wracking.
When you recorded it and you were done, were you like, did you feel like, all right, like I was 9 years, like I nailed it?
Dude, I got like severely depressed after I recorded it. Like I went home and I was just like.
I've heard a lot of people say that before. Where it's kind of like.
I had no idea that was coming.
Yeah.
Like I went home and I was just like really fucked up after that. And then, because I had put all of this effort in and all of this energy and like, I was like, did I do it right? Did I do it?
Sure.
Was I okay? And I knew that when I got off stage, like when I shot the special, I had an incredible fucking time, right? It was like one of the best nights of my life. And I got off stage and I was like, remember how you feel right now? Because this means that it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever happens after this is just a symptom of you watching your own work, thinking about your own work, and like trying to pull it apart.
Totally.
So I was like, just put it out, and I really wanted it to feel like a real show. Like there's moments in the special where like I ask some guy if he's having a good time, and he's like, no. And I was like, just keep it in. Like I wanted it to be, I wanted it to feel like a real comedy show where not everything goes right. And it all feels like, you know what I mean? Like, what's this going to be?
Did you shoot?
It was 2 shows, 1 night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to,
really,
it was just
so 2 chances, but really 1 night to make it happen.
Yeah.
So that's always what scares me.
Yeah.
Not like I do it, but it would scare me if
Yeah.
it's like, if I was sick that day, if I get a phone call right before I go on stage that night or whatever,
Yeah.
So
it was so funny because I was about to go on stage and I got this text from my sister and I thought it was going to be like, good luck, like you fucking killed it or you're going to kill it, blah, blah, blah. It was literally her trying to sell me parade underwear. And it was just like it was like 4 different texts being like,
What is parade
hey,
underwear?
it's just like a fucking she was trying to get $10 to get more parade underwear. And she was she was just mass texting the family about how great these undies were and like
soft, sustainable
and
fabrics, breathable, recycled fabrics.
100% was doing like
These
I was
underwear
like,
suck.
yeah.
It's no Tommy John, that's for sure.
Literally, but the script sounded like that. Like she was just copy pasting. And then another text would come in and I'd be like, oh, now she's realizing it's my special and she's going to. And it was just more. It was just more of the same. And then like pictures of the underwear and then like a
We
link.
had all the colors in the world.
And I
More
was like,
colors than
this
you can
is-
even imagine.
This is unbelievable. Like she has no
What a
idea.
bitch.
My family doesn't give a fuck about my comedy. Like people are like, "Hey, does your family get upset?" I'm like, "Yeah, if they paid attention.
If they even knew
They
it
don't
was
give
happening.
a fuck, right?"
Yeah, yeah.
But it was my favorite thing because it reminded me. It's like, oh, none of this matters. Like,
yeah.
you're,
No, it's
like,
kind of good in a way.
just go do your thing because
Yeah.
your family doesn't give a fuck whether
Right.
it goes well or not. You
Right.
know what I mean?
No, but I feel like, I kind of got put onto you, a couple years ago now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then just watching.
I just randomly, I was talking about this last night with my girlfriend. Like, I just randomly bought a ticket to your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And
I was in
you-
Chicago. We were looking
Yeah,
for something to do.
Zany's in Chicago,
I was
right?
at Zany's, and it was the night of the fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
then that went
'Cause
viral. Like later.
I had
was
saw
sitting
the
right
video.
there. And
Yeah.
as I came back, I was like, yo, I saw this chick Rosebud. She was really funny. We should
Yeah,
get
because
her on
I
the
had
show.
seen it on the video on Instagram.
Oh my God.
And I was like telling him the story, and he was like, I think I saw that or was there. And I was like,
Yeah.
So that also, I mean, I guess that makes sense because that was going viral. But whatever, like sometimes these things just start to bubble up, and you hear
Yeah.
someone's name over here and over here and over there, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's just how it goes,
Right.
And what's annoying is that you can't like replicate it, because if you could, you would just like do it all the time.
Right.
But that's just how like you get out there enough and you do it enough and you get on the right shows, make the right appearances, do the funny, whatever.
Yeah.
And it finally just kind of breaks through. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good time. Like the timing of it, at least from my point of view as a fan, feels like ready for a special. Like,
Right. Yeah. I feel like there's if I was doing this stuff like later on, it just wouldn't really apply. Like I have a totally different life now than I
Yeah.
did before the pandemic.
Sure.
So this was all of this like, all of my life as like when I was single and
Right.
everything that was happening like politically, and it was a new time, right? Like we were about to enter like a brand new period of life and everything. For people to be like, oh yeah, the pandemic didn't change anything. It's like, no, it's going to change fucking everything,
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I put it out there because the stuff was done. And I was like, when the pandemic started, I was in the middle of doing this Netflix like competition show where we were going to be doing all of our material. And then if like we advanced far enough, we would be given an hour. And I was like, I don't know if that's necessarily the way I want to do my hour is by winning a competition. I don't like comedy competitions. I don't really agree with them like on principle. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, I'll just put it out. And then if this show picks up again, I'm going to be like, I put out the special already. I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think people will really like it. I wanted to keep like, the video that went viral of me fighting with that audience member.
Yeah.
I was like, the internet loves shit like that. They love blood,
Yeah, they do. They
and
do.
I was like, why don't I just keep the parts of this special that don't go right in it? Because it's going on the internet. It's going on YouTube. And I want people to see, like
That's
people
what people
waiting in
want on the
line
internet.
before the special being like, I don't know who she is. I kept all of that in. A guy complaining afterwards, like I kept him in. I wanted to get the audience's real shit,
'Cause that's what works now. It's like the old way is not as interesting.
Yeah.
People want real and raw. So
Yeah.
All right. So where can the people get it? What's the best way?
So it's coming out on Comedy Central's YouTube on Wednesday, August 18th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So what is that, 7 p.m. Pacific? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking at the guy who also doesn't understand numbers. And you can watch it on there.
Yeah.
Make sure
That's
you
where it's
fucking
at,
share
too.
it.
Like-
Let people know about it.
like having it on YouTube and just letting it rip is the way to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm
I'm
trying
very
to.
pumped for it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Thanks for letting me promote it on here, even though I showed up 2 hours early. I mean, late.
You are a wreck. Let's go to the answer.
I'm the worst.
You want the good news or the bad news? What do you want, the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still means the
thing
majority.
I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible. Yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is it's
Good thing I fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's not really all. The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good!